Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lawrence Free State High School here in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer, alongside my broadcast partner, Craig Hershiser, bringing you Lawrence Free State High School football here on 92.9 The Bull and also on our video stream on klwn.com. Last game of the season for Lawrence Free State here in the regular season, and of course they are thinking of the playoffs. 6-1 record for Free State coming into this game against a tough opponent, Olathe North, also at 6-1. The Firebirds coming off their first loss of the season, an overtime heartbreaker on this very field a week ago against Lawrence High in the city showdown. So certainly the Firebirds looking to get back in the win column with a big win here and to give themselves some positive momentum heading into the playoffs next week. Craig, you were at that Lawrence High game against Lawrence High, and what was kind of maybe your big takeaway from that game?
Well, one of the biggest takeaways I had is that Lawrence High did a real nice job of limiting Free State's big plays. You and I have watched them all year, and we know that I wouldn't say they're big play dependent, but they certainly have had more than their share of big plays, both on the ground and through the air during the season. And there really weren't that many last Friday night. Edison, well, there was a big run by Lincoln that set up a touchdown. And then Edison had a couple of key big runs on third down conversions and then the big touchdown pass. But, throughout the first half, it was, pretty much a dogfight back and forth. I thought that Free State did a nice job putting their stamp on the game with the opening drive of the third quarter. They took the kickoff. They took it from 20, drove 80 yards for a touchdown, used up a lot of clock, and went up by 10. And I thought, okay, well, that's going to be pretty definitive here because this game has been pretty low scoring. And I thought a 10-point lead, Derek and I both thought a 10-point lead at the time was going to be pretty big. Then Lawrence High came back. They answered it. And then with the help of 3 successive defensive penalties on Free State, wound up scoring. And so all of a sudden there was a huge momentum shift. And then it was just back and forth until finally we reached a tie score and go into overtime.
Yeah, certainly a back-and-forth game, as you alluded to, for Free State. And now the question becomes, how do the Firebirds respond to that game coming into this game against a really tough Olathe North team, a team that was undefeated last season when they played Free State, but the Firebirds bested them last season. I guess when you come into this game, Craig, how do you flush out a loss like that if you're Free State and refocus in on this last game of the season?
Well, coaching cliche on alert right now, okay, but you got to get rid of that. You can have that for the night, okay, yeah. For Friday night. By Saturday, you better be thinking about the next team that's going to come in here, and that's Olathe North. I think it helps because you have, as big as that game is, you have more big games coming up. This is one tonight, and then there will be postseason play.
Yeah.
And so if you want to keep playing throughout this, throughout November, then you need to get your act together real quick and be ready for this game tonight. I think it helps a lot that this is a good opponent. Olathe North, throughout the years in the Sunflower League, has been a dominant program. And so I think it's probably easier to get the kids' attention and get them out of that, post-game funk of losing to Lawrence High and get them pointed in the right direction than maybe it would have been if they were playing a subpar team from the Sunflower League.
Sure. And, of course, it is senior night, and I'm sure they would love nothing more than to send out their seniors with a big victory here tonight. And for Free State, you mentioned the postseason. Right now they have the 3 seed in the West, and a victory would probably keep them at the 3 seed. They might have a chance to move up to the 2 seed, but it seems unlikely. A loss for Free State could potentially bump them down to as low as the 5 seed, but as of right now, as it stands, Free State is in good position to be able to host again here next week to kick off the playoff season. So that's good news for Free State, but obviously you'd still like to get a win on your home turf to end the regular season against an Olathe North team that, as you alluded to, Craig, has been really, really solid again this year. Their only loss came against Gardner Edgerton by 7 points earlier in the season.
Yeah.
So they are definitely a very, very strong program. And from the Olathe North perspective, I'm sure they remember last season undefeated, losing to this Free State team to end the season last year.
Yeah, that was the last game of the regular season last year. Free State went in, played an excellent game, I thought, and came away fairly comfortable, if I recall, fairly comfortable with a win. But Olathe North, typically very physical. They have historically they've had good play at the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively. So that's a real challenge to win the line of scrimmage, and I think that's where you have to win first. At every football game, you have to consistently win that line of scrimmage in order to give yourself a chance to win. And so, big challenge, I think. North probably has, probably got their eye on the postseason as well, and
Yeah.
finishing as well as they can, and have the highest seed as they can possibly can have. So yeah, it's going to be a big challenge tonight, and I hope everybody feels good about their game and ready to go tonight.
It's now time for Craig's favorite part of the broadcast, the weather report. Weather outside right now, temperatures in the low 70s. Very, very beautiful evening for football, even for a late October football. And low 70s, not much of a breeze to speak of. The sun has already dipped below the horizon. The lights are on here. So weather should be of minimal impact for tonight's game. And that is the weather report brought to you by Craig.
Yeah, last week it was so cold. We actually had turned off the air conditioner.
Oh, really?
At home, yeah. And then today I got home about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I kicked it back on. We were pushing 80, and it just was uncomfortable enough for me to turn that air conditioner back on.
Yeah, no, mine's been off for a while. I like to more natural. So I got the windows open at night. It gets cold, and then it warms up kind of throughout the day. And same deal each night. So I try to minimize my use of my AC or heater. So I've kept it off. I've kept both off for now, actually.
Well,
so
I'm a big fan of air conditioning.
Great invention, to say the least. But
yeah, since I don't live in Colorado at high altitude or anything like that, I'm a big fan of air conditioning.
On a night like tonight, you said you might not need it. It's pretty comfortable out there.
Yeah.
For Lawrence Free State and Olathe North. Both teams 6-1. One of the more anticipated matchups in the state, I have to say, at this point, with two teams that are vying for potential top seeds in the playoffs as we look to the postseason coming up next week. And like I said, Lawrence Free State in very, very solid position to host next week again in the first round of the playoffs. So, as you said, Craig, a tough loss last week for Lawrence Free State, but they've got possibly bigger games ahead of them in the playoffs. I
got to believe that Lawrence High last week defensively did something that other teams like tonight, Olathe North tonight, and in the postseason will also do, and that is put a spy on Wesley Edison, their middle linebacker, or maybe whatever your defensive scheme. And, in the old days, there used to be something called a rover back, that they would assign an important player on the other team, to just to mirror that player. You go where he goes.
Yeah.
So I got to believe that's going to happen tonight, and that would mean that some other people really have to step up. Right now, I'm thinking about Grant Lincoln. That offensive line needs to open some holes, get Lincoln rolling with the football, and take a little pressure off Edison. Yeah,
I mean, listen, if you're going to spy, on the flip side, if you're Free State, what that means is that there should be one less defender to do other things around the field, either in coverage or in the run game, as you allude to with Grant Lincoln.
Exactly.
So that's where you can maybe look to take advantage if you're Lawrence Free State. There might be some more openings in the passing game beyond that, and possibly in the running game as well. So I thought that was a great point. And, yeah, if a team's going to spy, you got to be ready to take advantage of that with other players.
Yep.
As Free State, they are entering the what would you call this, Craig? The bouncy house, but it's not really a you don't bounce in it though. So is it just the tunnel? Is the tunnel the proper way to call it?
As inflatable tunnels go, that's pretty impressive, I got to say. We got the talons and the Firebird and the wings. And I mean, where do you get something like that? Can I get one?
I don't know. Yeah, you'd probably want one in your backyard,
I
right?
do.
And then, you can bust through the flaps like they're about to for your big games or whatever you got going on. So
get a little smoke machine going.
Yeah, they got the smoke machine, and here come the Firebirds in their all black uniforms. They take the field here at Free State High, running out of the Firebird tunnel that Craig described so perfectly, I think. And so they are on the field. We're a few minutes away from kickoff. We'll go ahead and take a short time out here on the pregame show. We'll be right back here in just about a minute to get you ready for Lawrence Free State and Olathe North. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull and watching on KLWN.com.
For the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry, here is Dr. Heck.
We have such awesome pieces here with the doctors and staff. I'm just excited and so confident that we can deliver just the best care in the best setting with the comfort and anxiety-free dentistry. That's really our mission, to be a safe place for families and individuals by offering world-class anxiety-free dentistry. That's really our niche. We enjoy taking good care of people.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Online at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
There are
are a lot of Mexican restaurants that claim to be authentic or think their food tastes that way, but nothing compares to Mama's Tamale Shop. Enjoy artistically prepared tamales, empanadas, and street tacos with your choice of meats and salsas that are prepared fresh to order. Not sure what to order? Mama's will always give you a sample. Relax and enjoy great food and try one of the fresh waters or jarritos on the patio. Authentic Mexican food. Come hungry, leave satisfied. Mama's Tamale Shop, 9th in Louisiana.
People are creatures of habit. You know what I mean? You get up, you get dressed, you barely have time to eat. If you're lucky, you didn't walk out without your cell phone, but you did remember the dry cleaning. In today's busy world, we may or may not have coffee on the way out the door to school or work. Thank goodness for Scotch dry cleaners, because Linda knows just how to put that morning smile right on my face when Billy isn't behaving in the back seat. Scotch dry cleaners. They are more than just cleaners. They are family. Family owned and operated. 10 locations, Lawrence and Topeka.
Fall back in love with your carpets again. Rainbow Restoration, your locally owned and trusted home restoration company for over 20 years, has a limited time offer to make your home ready for the holidays. With Rainbow's advanced carpet cleaning equipment and attention to detail, they will transform the look and feel of your home and improve indoor quality. 2 rooms for $109. This great offer doesn't last long. Must book by Friday the 20th. Call 785-371-2400 or text 785-328-4644 to schedule today.
92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back to Lawrence Free State High School here on the campus of Free State High. I'm Nick Springer, along with my broadcast partner, Craig Hershiser. I'd like to remind you that our title sponsor of tonight's broadcast is 23rd Street Brewery, open daily from 11:30 to 10:30, from the Bill Self Mac and Cheese to the Hain Turkey Stack or the Hank Booth Burger. Come in to watch the football, basketball, baseball games from high school to KU to the NFL at the 23rd Street Brewery. Our pregame show is also brought to you by the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry is kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Come to the passionate, caring dental team in Lawrence at Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Olathe North is coming onto the field right now. Free State in their home black uniforms, black jerseys with black pants, silvery gray lettering and numbering on the jerseys with dark green helmets with the Firebird logo on them. Olathe North counters with all white uniforms, white jerseys with white pants, orange lettering and orange numbering on the jerseys for the Eagles of Olathe North. Just a few minutes away from kickoff here between two 6-1 teams. Should be a very, very exciting matchup. Free State coming off of a loss against Lawrence High in the City Showdown, looking to bounce back and set themselves up well for postseason play. For Olathe North, they're coming off of a win against Mill Valley, 28-14. Their only loss of the season came back on September 29th against Gardner Edgerton by a score of 21-14. So both teams 6-1, and both teams with something to prove tonight heading into the postseason. As they're about ready for both teams to head out for the coin toss here to get this game underway. It is pretty much fully dark outside now, so lights fully on here at Lawrence Free State High. Is Friday night lights, last time in the regular season for both these squads before the postseason begins. It is senior night also for Lawrence Free State. 22 seniors officially on this roster for Lawrence Free State, and the Firebirds would love nothing more, I'm sure, than to send them off with a win here tonight. Both teams are coming out to midfield for the coin toss, as we are getting closer and closer to kickoff here between Free State and Olathe North. As I said, from a seeding standpoint, Free State pretty much guaranteed to host next week here in the playoffs. They could potentially go as high as the 2 seed, though. Right now they are the 3 seed at 6-1 in the West. A loss would drop them down to 6-2, but based off point differential, they probably wouldn't go any lower than the 4 or the 5 seed with a loss here tonight. Both teams are at midfield right now, waiting on the coin toss. So we're about ready to get this game underway between Olathe North and Lawrence Free State. Wesley Edison, the senior leader, the quarterback for Lawrence Free State, certainly a guy to keep an eye on, number 7 in black. He's very dangerous and very dynamic as well. He's been explosive all season long. And off the coin toss, looks like Lawrence Free State is going to defer. They won the toss. They will defer and kick it to Olathe North. So the Free State defense will be on the field right off the bat against Olathe North. Handshakes all around as we get ready for the opening kickoff between Lawrence Free State and Olathe North here at Free State High. We also have a special guest coming up at halftime for our halftime interview with Craig. He will be joined by the Free State Athletic Director, Jared Shaw, coming up at halftime. So you definitely want to stay tuned for the halftime show with Craig, doing an interview with the Athletic Director for Free State, Jared Shaw. Looking forward to that, certainly. And, of course, Craig, Pulitzer Prize-winning interviewist. I'm sure he will do fantastic.
Interviewist.
Is that a word?
I was just going to ask you, actually.
I was going to roll with it if you were going to let me roll
I'll go with it.
Okay,
That sounds good.
Interviewist.
Interviewer?
Interviewer?
They add words to the dictionary every year.
Really?
So, yeah, if you get that going and it gets a little momentum,
Okay.
we might see it added.
You know what?
To the
I
Oxford
have a
English
direct
Dictionary.
line to Merriam-Webster. I will call them and say, hey, interviewist, make it a word. And I think for the definition, I'm going to have them tell them to put a picture of you in there. Interviewist. See example, Craig Hershiser.
All right.
All right. Enough about the interview. That'll be coming up at halftime. For now, we're about ready to kick this game off. 12 minutes on the clock here in the first quarter. Lawrence Free State kicking off from left to right. Ishkandrini, the kicker, left-footed kicker, will kick it away from the near hash. An end-over-end kind of swirling kick that bounces at about the 5-yard line and goes into the end zone for a touchback. Olathe North will start with the ball at their own 20, moving from right to left across your radio dial and your screens if you're watching on our video stream at klwn.com. Firebird defense on the field first. Craig, against Lawrence High last week, they did have some trouble late in the game getting off the field on 3rd and 4th downs. That'll be something to keep an eye on here tonight against Olathe North.
Well, you and I have noted that throughout the season as well. That has been an issue. In fact, the tying touchdown came on a 4th and 20, I believe. And Bowen for Lawrence High did a great job of keeping that play alive, no question. But 4th and 20, and you give up a touchdown to tie it up, that's killer.
1st and 10, first play of the game. They throw a bubble screen out towards the far side. A lot of room to run across the 30, across the 40. Jukes 2 defenders still on his feet at the 45, and finally shoved out of bounds near midfield. A big play to start the game for Olathe North. Number 7, Aiden Bruce, got the swing pass and took it down the far sideline for a big gain. 31 yards on that completion from the quarterback, Jamo Sarver, to the running back, Aiden Bruce, on a swing bubble route, and it goes for a big gain across midfield to the Free State 49-yard line. So the Firebirds on the back foot after one play.
Yeah, it looked like Free State was kind of taken by surprise. The pursuit just wasn't out there.
Yeah, they start with a handoff here, running towards the near side, trying to cut it upfield, and he meets the defense. The Firebirds are there. Nice tackle there for Free State. Number 1, TJ Porter got the run there for Olathe North and found nothing. No gain, ball in the near hash, just below the Firebird logo at the 49-yard line. Sarver out of the shotgun, 3 receivers plus a tight end. The running back is on his right hip. Chest high snap, straight pass, looking to go downfield, throws it up top, got a man open. Oh, he tried a one-handed catch but couldn't hang on, incomplete. Number 9, Vincent Valdez, stuck out his right hand and tried to bring that ball in, incomplete. And Free State dodges the bullet there. Valdez had a couple steps on his defender.
Well, Valdez, that would have been a spectacular reception. One hand, just like you see on the replays on TV. But, boy, the troubling thing is that he got behind the defense.
Yeah.
And that was a touchdown had he pulled it in.
3rd and 10 at the 49-yard line of Free State, moving from right to left. They run the same little swing pass. It's caught again by Bruce at the 45, trying to juke a defender, tripped up just shy of the 40. That will bring up 4th down, but this feels like Olathe North will go for this. Gain of 7 on the play down to the 42-yard line. 4th and 3 for Olathe North. Ball on the right hash, moving from right to left.
Yeah, enough positive yardage on that 3rd down play to
they wanted to quick snap it, and Free State's forced to burn a timeout, and Kevin Stewart is not happy as he's motioning through his defense. They try to quick snap there, Craig, and Free State was maybe not aligned correctly. Kevin Stewart getting after his defense. 10:33 remaining in this first quarter, and the Firebirds use their first time out of the half.
10:33 left in the first quarter, and Kevin Stewart is already apoplectic out there. Is
that in the dictionary?
That is in the dictionary,
okay.
Yeah. I invite you to look it up.
I might have to.
But he has everybody's attention. Like there, context clue, you might be able to figure it out what that word means.
Okay, there we go. Context clues. You know, I didn't expect to be getting an English lecture here on the broadcast tonight.
It never stops, buddy. Never stops. Stick with me.
I will. 10:33 remaining in this first quarter after the timeout by Lawrence Free State. It's 4th and 3 for Olathe North. Opening drive of the game for the Eagles. They had a big play that got them across midfield. The Firebird defense has forced them into a 4th down. 4th and 3. Pistol formation, a little bit of a wildcat. They hand it off running straight ahead. It's Bruce, and he falls forward across the 40, and it looks like he has the first down at the 39. They needed 3, and it looks like he did get exactly 3 to move the chains.
Yeah, defended pretty well, but to really stop that.
They have not moved the chains yet, Craig. Nope, there we go.
Yeah,
The white hat does signal.
To really stop that, Free State needed to get at least a yard into Olathe North's backfield to have a chance at stopping that 4th down play.
Yeah, they went to the wildcat there, and T.J. Porter was the man that took the snap. Here Garver keeps it and muscles forward near the 35 for a decent game.
Yeah, picked up about 4. Looks like 2nd and 6. It looked a little sloppy in the backfield there, like maybe the running back was trying to take the football.
Chest high snap for Sarver. 1-step drop. Throws it on a quick out route complete inside the 30. Nice tackle out there made by Free State. I believe that was route number 40. You got him down at about the 27-yard line. That will move the chains for Olathe North. Ball on the far hash. 9:50 remaining in this first quarter. Sarver surveys the Free State defense. 3 receivers. The chest high snap. Here's a straight quarterback power running off right tackle. Sarver gets the edge and is knocked out of bounds, shoved out of bounds, politely escorted out of bounds after a gain of about another 4-yard run there by Sarver as he got the edge. Running off right tackle.
Boy, defensively, you've got to get out there and set the edge, make that runner, cut it back upfield into the pursuit. But Olathe North, as you said, got the edge and was able to pick up pretty good yardage.
2nd and 6, another chest high snap for Sarver. A little inverted veer play. He keeps it and runs straight into the teeth of the Firebird defense, and they drive him backwards. And whistles blow as his forward progress is stopped. Maybe a yard on the play there from Sarver. Larkin was in there on the stop for Free State. It was really a team effort there by the Firebirds to stop Sarver.
More than we thought.
Oh, they did move it forward a couple yards. 3rd down now, the 23-yard line. Another little wide receiver screenplay complete there to Bruce. He jukes away from one defender, shakes off another tackle, still on his feet at the 5, jukes another, and he scores. Touchdown, Olathe North. Aiden Bruce showing off some shifty moves as he scores a touchdown down a little bubble screen. And, well, he's so electric when he gets the ball in open field. Free State had a heck of a time trying to get him on the ground. It's a touchdown, 22-yard catch and run from Aiden Bruce, and it's 6-0. Olathe North leads.
A couple of defenders had a shot at Bruce, but he just sticks his foot in the ground, makes a cut, and gets into the end zone.
The extra point is up, and it is no good. Missed it left, I believe. Yeah. Had plenty of power on it, but not the accuracy. So 6-0, Olathe North leads with 9:06 remaining in this first quarter.
Nick, Coach Stewart's mood since the last time out has not improved. I can guarantee you that.
He's definitely fired up and wants to see his defense respond. He actually just kind of pulled the defense aside, I think, and gave him some extra words there as they came off the field after the extra point attempt from Olathe North. So 6-0, the Eagles lead after the missed extra point. And this Free State offense will get the ball now down by 6 with 9:06 remaining. And you go back to that drive, Craig. You had the long play to start the drive to Bruce, and then he caps it off with another long play for a touchdown to put the Eagles on the board.
Boy, those lateral passes, those bubble screen type passes that Free State is just not getting out there and getting helmets to the football, as we've seen all season long. So, whether that's scheme or execution or attitude, desire.
It makes you wonder if Free State is maybe concerned about giving up too much in the middle of the defense to the run game.
Yeah.
But that's limiting them on the outside and the perimeter, certainly. End-over-end kick, fielded at about the 12-yard line, picked up across the 20, and a nice tackle there at the 25-yard line on the return there from Lawrence Free State. That was number 20, Noah Simpson, on the return.
Nice open field tackle right there.
Yep. Good special teams play there, but Free State still does get decent field position out of it at the 25-yard line. So with 9:02, actually marked it at 26. With 9:02 remaining in this first quarter, Free State will have their first offensive possession of the game. This is an offense that is led by a couple of seniors. You got Edison at quarterback, Lincoln, the running back. And he gave some hand signals to his team. 4 receivers, trips towards the far side. Free State moving from left to right. Play action pass. Edison stands tall in the pocket. Now the pressure gets to him. Somebody got him around the helmet. Flags fly. He throws it incomplete. And I'll give you one guess what this penalty is, Craig.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a face mask from the looks of things. So
I think you'd be correct on that. Somebody on the edge got him up high as Edison tried to duck away from that pressure. And this will more than likely go against the defense as our head official, Craig Hirschheiser, called out. Looks like they've only marked it off. Well, hang on a second.
Okay. Yeah, they kind of juked me out there.
Yeah, the referee was facing the other direction.
Yeah, the man who was going to march it off, he was facing towards Free State. And I thought, what did they catch? Did they see a hold?
It is that 15-yard face mask penalty that goes against Olathe North. So that moves Free State out to the 41-yard line. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Ball in the near hash. Here comes a man in motion. It's Hamilton towards the near side as Edison claps his hands together. Chest high snap, wants to throw. Time running out. Now he ducks away, scrambles to his left, rolls out, tucks away in his left arm, and he takes off across the 45, across midfield, stays on his feet at the 45, and finally out of bounds near the 40. Wesley Edison doing what he does best, creating something out of what seemed to be nothing. The magician Edison with a big gain across midfield. They mark him out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Well, there was a lot of field off to the left of the offense, and he used it all, eventually winding up on the sideline and chewing up a lot of yards.
1st and 10 at the Olathe North 43. 8.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Free State goes back to that triangle formation of receivers. 3 receivers towards this near side. So the Firebirds move from left to right. A fake handoff. Edison keeps it, tucks away in his left arm. Tripped up as he crossed the 40 to about the 37-yard line. 38-yard line is where they'll spot him. 5-yard run from Edison. And the Firebirds looking like they want to use some tempo here, Craig. They're lining up quickly. 4 receivers again. Edison scans the Olathe North defense. 3 down linemen for the Eagles. Chest high snap for Edison. 3-step drop. Looks downfield. Unloads one. Too high for his intended target. Preston. Incomplete.
Well, there have been 4 offensive plays, and 3 of them have been pass plays. And finally, with an attempted pass on this one, a deep post route. Looks, I don't know if they saw something in film or just, got the word through scouting reports that they needed to test the secondary. But they have come out with that intent here in the first half.
3rd down and 5 at the 38-yard line. You would figure this will be 4-down territory. 2 plays to get 5 yards. Low snap for Edison. It's a little speed option. Edison keeps it himself. Oh, a shoestring tackle as he got inside the 35. He's got the first down, though. Edison put his foot in the turf and cut upfield. And, Craig, it looked like he was going to run for a lot more, but somebody got a hold of his leg at the last second.
That was so close to being a huge gain and maybe even a touchdown.
1st and 10 regardless, though, at the 31. Edison, chest high snap, 3-step drop again. Trying to set up a little screen pass. It didn't work out, though. Edison holds on to it, still running, jigs away from one defender at the 35, drags another. Oh, he took a big shot as he went down at the 28-yard line. He was getting wrapped up from behind, and then somebody really just speared him in the back as he went down. The good news is he pops right back up and appears to be okay. It looked like they wanted to set up a little screen pass to Lincoln, but it just didn't work out. A short gain, though, on the play by Edison after he scrambled away from it. 4 receivers, trips towards the far sideline. The ball on the near hash. Free State moving from left to right across the radio dial. 7 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Firebirds trail 6-0. Chest high snap for Edison. Play action pass. Wants to pass again. This time he's got a clean pocket. Unloads one towards the far side. Incomplete. He threw it into double coverage.
Wow.
And I think that was Preston again who was the intended target on the far sideline. Edison put that ball into some danger there. And that brings up, that was actually Hamilton the intended target on that far side. And that's just a tough throw to make, Craig, throwing from the near side all the way across the field like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of ground to cover, and double coverage like you called, and boy, that looked really risky.
3rd and 8 from the 29. Edison rolls out to his right, dumps it short across the middle. The pass caught, tackled at the 21, and that will be very close to a first down. That was Preston, number 9, who made the completion on a nice little in route.
Just
and
enough.
they will move the chains. He needed the 21, and he got right there.
Okay, I like that. You know, they'd run some deep routes, and they'd really tested the back end of that secondary. So then they ran kind of a shorter route there, found a receiver in an open zone.
The Firebirds nearing the red zone. Oh, and a fumbled exchange on the handoff. The ball is out, and the question is, did Lincoln get back on it? I think he did. Edison on the handoff to Lincoln. It was just a fumbled exchange.
Wow.
I don't know if that was a bad snap or Edison never even looked like he really had it, and then he just tried to hand it to Lincoln, and it was on the turf. Grant Lincoln is able to fall on it, and the Firebirds avert disaster there, but they do lose a yard on the play. Back to the 22, 2nd and 11. Now they bring 2 running backs in, flanking to either side of Edison, as he scans the defense of the Eagles. A handoff to Lincoln. Lincoln's got a lot of running room up the middle, and he rumbles ahead inside the 10 for a first down.
Nicely done, nicely done.
It seemed like Olathe North was expecting Edison to keep that and run left, and instead they got a big bowling ball straight ahead at Lincoln for a good gain and a first down.
Different formation. We don't see that 2-back set very often.
Yep, you're absolutely right about that. They go back to it again here. Here's just a straight dive play. It's a read option, actually. Edison keeps it himself and falls to the 5 for a short gain. 2nd and goal from the 5. 5:25 remaining in this first quarter. Free State trails 6-0 against Olathe North. The Eagles scored on an opening drive but missed the extra point. They go to that 2-back set again. Number 42, Nelio Alogrucci, is the man next to him, and he gets the handoff here and trying to drive forward behind left guard and got stacked up. And a gain of about a yard. And now 3rd down and 4 here, Craig. Or 3rd down and goal from the 4, I should say. 3rd down and goal from the 4. Now it looks like Free State, what do we got going on here, Craig? They've just run out an offensive lineman, and he is lined up out wide. A bit of a power formation here. Edison is not the quarterback. They throw a backwards pass to Edison. He's got it at the 5, trying to muscle his way towards the goal line. He's in! Touchdown! A funky play, but it works. They throw it to Edison. It was Landon Leipold who threw the ball to Edison, and he throws it to Edison for the touchdown.
Nick, we haven't seen that formation or that play all season.
Talk about smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, they just pulled it out tonight, and I got to believe there's an adjustment problem for Olathe North because they certainly wouldn't have seen it on film.
Yep. Ish Cangerini with the extra point. It wasn't the prettiest extra point in the world, but he does knock it through.
Pretty enough.
And it's 7-6. Lawrence Free State leads. 4:31 remaining in this first quarter. Olathe North went down and scored on their opening drive, missed the extra point. Free State answers on, I don't know, you want to call that a trick play, Craig? I mean, it wasn't really a trick play per se, but it was just a straight pass back to Edison for the touchdown, but it worked.
Boy,
and Ish Cangerini with the extra point gives Free State the lead.
Trick in the sense that, you know, they haven't shown that all year, and then Edison was so deep. He was so far behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, your first impulse would be to think, okay, the ball's going to him, but then if you think about it too much, you think, okay, maybe he's a decoy. So so I don't know, but
well, you almost wonder with how far back he was if Olathe North even saw it, if they even knew he was there.
Well, there's that.
If
too.
you're 20 yards off the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and goal.
Just enough to throw the defense off balance. I mean, with the lineman split way to the left, and then Edison out here in the flank, I guess. Way off the line of scrimmage, and Leipold taking the snap, so just enough to cause enough confusion. And Edison at 6'3" and a 2. They list him at 210, but I think he's bigger than that. But he's big and strong enough to take it on in, dragging a couple of tacklers with him.
Yep, I was just about to mention that he took about 2 or 3 white jerseys with him across the goal line. Kicking the ball from left to right is Cangerini, and he sends it high into the air, and it bounces about 3 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback.
Did you notice this game features 2 left-footed kickers?
I did. I did notice that Olathe North also had a left-footed kicker.
Do not see that very often.
Nope, you really don't. And Ish Cangerini has been really solid all year. I mean, he's made some long field goals. It's good to have that special teamer, as part of your group there, because you have a lot of confidence then with that phase. Yeah, without seeing every kicker in the state, you'd have to think that Free State's probably going to have the advantage in that category for most games coming up in the playoffs. Three receivers here for Olathe North, moving from right to left. Sarver, the quarterback, chest high snap, surveys his options, throws it quick on an out route. The pass juggled and dropped at the 25. That was Bruce, number 7, who electrified this Free State defense on the opening drive for Olathe North. But you can't electrify anything if you don't first have the football. He dropped that one there. 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Three receivers again. Sarver out of the shotgun. Chest high snap. Straight dive running off of left guard. And the running back gets slung down. Bruce gets slung down. Parker Moore with the tackle and trying to fire up his sideline as well after making that play. 3rd down and 9 after the running back Carter just got 1 yard. Or Porter, excuse me, number 1, just got 1 yard. 3rd and 9 from the 21-yard line. Ball in the near hash. Three receivers. Chest high snap for Sarver. Here he goes. Steps back to pass. Feeling the pressures. Gets away from one. Here comes the second, and he can't throw it. They bring him down for the sack. They take him down, and that's Viano, I believe, 55 with the sack for Lawrence Free State. Sarver got away from 1, but the Firebirds were relentless. He couldn't get away from 2, and Olathe North goes 3 and out after the big sack that pushes them back to their own 16 or back to their own 11-yard line.
And Viano just kept coming and coming and coming.
Here's a pretty strong punt that sends the returner Simpson back to his own 45, and he just lets it bounce. It rolls inside the 40 and is down at the 36-yard line. .322 remaining in this first quarter, and here comes the Firebird offense once again. Probably feeling pretty good after watching that defense force a 3 and out.
Yeah, that was just a total turnaround from the first series where Olathe North just had their way. You know, it's just every snap.
You can see Kevin Stewart now getting with his defense, and probably not so much apoplectic anymore now, is he?
Not so much.
Ball in the far hash. 4 receivers. Chest high snap for Edison. Wants to throw again. Slings it over the middle, and it's intercepted. Whoa. Ripped away from the receiver by Olathe North on the return at the 35, at the 30 on the near side, and slung out of bounds at the 26. Oh, boy. An interception. They just ripped it away from him. Number 2, Watson. Jalen Watson with the interception. It was Preston who had the catch, and then number 2, Jalen Watson, said, "Thank you," and ran off with it.
Boy, that went from catch to interception in a matter of about a second. And
it just felt like the momentum had maybe tipped in favor of Free State, and now it tips back the other way.
Oh, definitely. That's a big-time play there. And so Eagles defense coming up big and forcing this Firebird defense back on the field all too quickly.
Yep, 3:10 remaining in this first quarter. 7-6, Lawrence Free State leads, and now this defense has to regather their thoughts. They thought they just created some big momentum for their offense, but until they're back on the field again. Here's a little swing pass again, caught by Porter. Jukes one defender, still on his feet. Oh, he got absolutely smashed at the 23-yard line. There is a flag down. I mean, Porter just got clotheslined at the 23. There is a flag down on the far side. 7-6, Free State leads with 3:04 remaining in the first quarter. Flag down at the 23. The officials congregating. And now it seems as though we may get a signal here. And it's hands to the face called. Oh, wait. Hands to the face call against Free State on the defense.
That is a major penalty. Face mask.
3:04 remaining. Yep, they've called it against Free State. So that goes half the distance, and suddenly Olathe North is in the red zone at the 12-yard line. Pistol formation here. Sarver takes a high snap and fakes a hand off to Porter. Sarver keeps it at the 10. Oh, and one-on-one. Great tackle there. I believe that was Bengoa who got a hold of him and took him down hard to the turf. And now Sarver coming off the field here, so a new quarterback, or maybe he's just getting the play call. Nope, they've got a new quarterback out there to take this snap here for Olathe North. Sarver has come off, and it looks like they've gone back to that Wildcat. It's number 1, Porter, who is lining up in the quarterback position. Chest high snap, a little counter play, running left, and he finds nobody home, and he goes in and scores the touchdown. 12-7 now is the score. Olathe North leads, and Craig, that was a pretty nifty play.
Yeah, just a couple of steps to the right, and he cuts back left, finds the hole, and just goes in unabated.
Well, it helps that Porter is listed at 5'5", 155, so behind that big offensive line, you maybe kind of lose sight of him. The extra point is, I think he did knock it through on the right side of the uprights. So 13-7 now, Olathe North leads, and man, 3 minutes ago you felt like Free State was in a great position, Craig, but the turnover off the interception and then the touchdown by Olathe North, 13-7, Olathe North leads. 2:25 remaining in this first quarter. We'll pause for 30 seconds here. You're listening to Lawrence Free State football on 92.9 The Bull.
And just like that, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney turkey stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
92.9 The Bull.
2:25 remaining in this first quarter. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Craig Hershiser, bringing you Lawrence Free State football. Last game of the regular season for Lawrence Free State at home here against Olathe North on senior night. 13-7, the Eagles lead over the Firebirds. And the kickoff goes in the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, and Craig, I forgot to ask you my customary question.
Yes.
In the battle between an Eagle and a Firebird, who wins?
Well, again, I rely on the mysticism of the Firebird being so very close to the Phoenix and rising from the flames. So
there we go.
Well,
I mean, it's in the name Firebird, so you
Yes.
figure there's some fire involved there that probably the Eagle would have no response for, you would think.
Well, yeah. I mean, of course, the Eagles, they've got their reputation, nation symbol, then also the name of one of America's great rock bands. But
The Eagles, yeah.
yeah.
My mom actually just went to an Eagles concert. Meanwhile, there's a football game happening, 1st down and 10, and basically no gain on the play from Edison. Craig, you may be aware, Eagles, they're doing their, I think it's like their 8th farewell tour.
Yeah, Nick, did you just age me when you said your mom just went to a concert?
Well, she could have gone to any concert, not just an Eagles concert. I mean, she could have gone to,
This is their
any other
final
concert.
farewell tour. This is their final farewell tour. They have basically set it up that they're going to play a venue as long as the demand remains.
With under 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter, on 2nd and 10, they throw a little bubble screen for Braylon Preston, and he picks up a decent gain on the play. And I like the idea, Craig, of getting the ball back in Preston's hands. After he had it ripped away on the interception, you want to get his confidence back.
Yeah, exactly. You give that guy, whoever that guy is, at any given moment, give him a second chance.
3rd down and 5 here for Free State. Rolls out, pass complete. Edison to Preston. There he is again, Craig.
Yeah.
Preston gets the 1st down across the 35. It took 2 Eagles to get him down on the ground, and that looked very similar to a play they ran on their first drive where Edison kind of faked to roll out to the left, came back right, and had Preston wide open underneath.
Yeah, again, just finding a dead spot in the coverage because he was wide open.
Yeah. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line for Free State as everybody looks back towards the near side for some hand signals. 4 receivers, trips towards the far side. Free State moving from left to right. Chest high snap for Edison. Here's a straight quarterback power running off right tackle. Bounces it to the outside. Turns on the Jets. Across midfield. Tries to juke a defender. Breaks a tackle at the 40. Still dragging defenders inside the 30. Near the 29-yard line. Edison tiptoeing down the sidelines and then bulldozing some defenders all the way down to the 29-yard line.
Well, a lot of accolades for Wesley Edison for that particular run, but we got to give a nod to that blocking out on the perimeter because they really sealed that edge.
Yeah, it looked like it was Lincoln along with the running back, along with the right tackle that set that edge for Edison as he got to the outside on the near side. 1st and 10 at the 29. They hand it off to Lincoln inside, and he gets dragged down after a gain of about 4 yards to the 25-yard line.
All right, solid. So you just attack the perimeter for a big gain. Now we take it up off the tackle. Go ahead and just exploit as much of that defensive line as you can.
Yeah. And Olathe North continues to use this 3-down line front, which should help the Free State offensive line get some movement up front, particularly in the middle, you would think. 4 receivers. Edison, low snap. It's a straight quarterback power running off left guard this time. But this time the Eagles do a better job of swarming to him, and he gets a short gain just inside the 24-yard line. Gain of about a yard on the play, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. An exciting first quarter, a back-and-forth first quarter. 13-7 is our score. Olathe North leads Lawrence Free State, but the Firebirds are driving. We'll take a timeout here. When we come back, second quarter action from Lawrence Free State High as the Firebirds host the Olathe North Eagles. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull.
There are a lot of Mexican restaurants that claim to be authentic or think their food tastes that way, but nothing compares to Mama's Tamale Shop. Enjoy artistically prepared tamales, empanadas, and street tacos with your choice of meats and salsas that are prepared fresh to order. Not sure what to order? Mama's will always give you a sample. Relax and enjoy great food and try one of the fresh waters or jarritos on the patio. Authentic Mexican food. Come hungry, leave satisfied. Mama's Tamale Shop, 9th in Louisiana.
Time doesn't slow down, and you've got so much planned already going on every day. One thing you don't always plan for is surprises, especially an unpleasant one like a car accident. Your mind immediately starts spinning with questions about damages, coverage, injuries to you or the other party, and those questions might be urgent. The Law Office of Sally Kelsey in Lawrence is here to help. Sally Kelsey offers free consultations and has helped people with accidents for over 30 years. Let her help you with your claim and pursue any damages you are entitled to. That's Sally Kelsey, Kelsey.
92.9 The Bull.
Start of the second quarter with a big third down play. Edison takes a chest high snap, throws it short of the middle. Oh, it's caught by Hamilton. Ran away from one defender inside the 20 to about the 16. And he's got the first down and more to start the second quarter with a big play. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner, Craig Hershiser. Second quarter action here between Lawrence Free State and Olathe North. 13-7, the Firebirds trail. But with that completion from Edison to Hamilton, they are in the red zone for the second time tonight.
Once again, probing that middle portion of the field, those kind of softer, shorter routes that turn out to be big plays.
Low snap for Edison. It's a straight quarterback power again, running off of left tackle. And this time, the Eagles do a better job of setting the edge. And finally, they get Edison to the ground. And Craig, it's hardly ever that you see Edison just get tackled by one man. It normally is taken 2 or 3 or 4.
And even at that, picks up, looks like 3 yards, so bringing up 2nd and 7.
Yep. Ball on the near hash. Free State in the red zone. 4 receivers, trips towards the far side of the field, so a lot of space out there to the right. Grant Lincoln is to the left of Edison as he scans the defense. Now Lincoln goes in motion and lines up as an up back, basically, an H-back off the right side. Edison rolls that way to the right. He's got a man chasing down from behind. Does he feel him? Throws it for the end zone. Incomplete. There was a couple defenders in the area, and boy, that was a scary play, Craig. Edison had it looked like a corner blitzer coming from behind him as he went to throw that ball.
He had a receiver that run a route to the right, then cut back across the field towards the back of the end zone. But the secondary was rotating that direction as well, so you're right, a little scary.
10:48 remaining in the second quarter. 3rd down and 8. Here's Edison, plenty of time in the pocket. Rolling out to his right, scanning downfield, fires one for the end zone, intercepted 2 yards deep at the 20, at the 30. Here's Lincoln knocking the defender out of bounds. Second interception of the night for Edison as he looked to fire it into the end zone. And instead of coming away with points, the Firebirds turn it over in a long return by Olathe North out across the 30 to about the 35-yard line is where they're marking out of bounds. Another big swing of momentum there for the Eagles.
As good as he has been all year, there's a case where I think Wesley Edison tried to force something in there where it just really had almost no chance of happening. And you're right, long return out of the end zone for that, off that interception, and Olathe North setting up shop on the 35.
1st and 10 for Olathe North at the 35-yard line. And now Sarver wants to go up top, looking to continue that, and a flag comes out as they were looking to throw it up top. In coverage for Lawrence Free State was Ethan Prescott, I believe, number 33. And this is going to be either holding or pass interference.
Yeah, that's a defensive holding call.
Vincent Valdez was the intended target for Olathe North. So the Eagles, sensing the shift in momentum, tried to go up top and capitalize even more. They get a penalty out of it. That moves the ball all the way out to midfield. Just above the Firebird logo, moving from left to right. That's where Olathe North has it. Sarver keeps it on a read option, jukes away from 2 defenders, and finally the Firebirds swarm him to the turf after a decent run of about 4 yards by the quarterback Sarver. 13-7, Olathe North leads over Lawrence Free State. Firebirds marched down to the red zone, but threw an interception in the end zone. And now the Eagles looking to extend their lead. Here's a little sweep play running right to Porter, and he got driven into the turf very quickly there by that Free State defense. Hiram Vayano there on the tackle. Short gain, and it's 3rd down and 4 coming up at the Free State 44-yard line. They need the 40 for a first down. Ball in the middle of the field. Chest high snap. Sarver looking to throw for it. Fires it too high for his intended receiver. Incomplete. And it's 4th down and 4. And if you're the Eagles, what do you do here? You could consider punting to pin the Free State offense back deep. But it looks like Olathe North may go for this.
Yeah, we don't see a punt team coming on the field. So
nope.
It's 4th and 4, so we got to be alert for a hard count, trying to get Free State to jump.
4th down and 4 at the 44-yard line. Chest high snap, they fake a jet sweep. Sarver wants to go deep downfield, fires one, got a man wide open. It's caught at the 10-yard line, and he will score. Cole Smith, the receiver, with the catch, and he scores the touchdown for Olathe North.
Man, Nick, there's a disturbing pattern out there right now with Olathe North receivers getting behind the Free State defense.
On 4th and 4, the Firebirds may be expecting something from Olathe North just to try to get the first down, but the Eagles were thinking bigger. They wanted 6, and they got it there with a deep touchdown pass to Smith. And now it would seem as though Olathe North is going to go for 2 here. It would appear. They're going to go out with this Wildcat formation. It's Porter, the running back turned quarterback. He wants to run again on that little counter play, and he squeaks his way through off the left side of that offensive line for the 2-point conversion. So that makes up for the missed extra point earlier in the first quarter, and it's 21-7. Olathe North leads. They went right back to that same play, Craig, the counter where they ran right and then went back left. And it works again that time for a 2-point conversion.
Well, it's successful. They've got a blocking scheme up front that's working. They needed 3 yards, and they got it easily.
21-7 now is the score. Lawrence Free State trails, so Olathe North capitalizing off the interception. And now you think about the turnovers in this game, Craig. 2 turnovers for Lawrence Free State. Both of them have led to touchdowns for Olathe North.
You know, the first interception, that's just a
great defensive play.
That was a great defensive play by a player in the Eagle defensive backfield. So, you just kind of shrug that off and say, okay, so they won that one. And the defense had to come back in right away. And so not unusual to give up a touchdown under those circumstances. That interception in the end zone, again, I'm going to go back to it. That to me was just like a forced throw. And that secondary was just too wise. And then the long return off of that.
Yeah.
So then they return it to the 35, and then there was a defensive holding play in the Free State backfield. So that was 15 yards. They moved it up to the 50.
Yep.
So turnovers and penalties.
The kickoff bounces at the 5-yard line. That's a live ball. Free State finally picks it up at the 6, breaks a couple of tackles, but then driven backwards at about the 10-yard line. And Craig, that's rule number 1 of that you learn in Little League football is that kickoff is a live ball.
So turnovers, penalties, and now
just not enough urgency, really.
A return.
Not enough urgency on the return.
Kick return error, and Free State's got to do something. They have to make something happen. They got to get something going here to kind of get this back on the right direction.
Well, think about it. The offense has moved the ball pretty successfully. It's really been the turnovers that have hurt them so much. They started their own 10-yard line here on the far hash, moving from right to left. Edison hands it off to Lincoln, and he can't quite fight his way through that first line of defense from Olathe North. They tackle him after a short gain. There was some running room behind that first line, but Lincoln couldn't find his way through. They only give him a yard out to the 11. 2nd and 9 from their own 11-yard line. Trips towards the near side. Now everyone looks over towards this near side for some hand signals. Change the call. Edison double checking the Olathe North defense. They're showing a blitz off the left side, and here they come. Play action pass. He throws it short, caught to Preston at the 15. Tries to juke away from a defender. It takes about 3 Eagles to finally get him down at the 17-yard line. So a decent gain on the play. And that sets up Lawrence Free State with a 3rd down and manageable here. 3rd and 3.
Yeah, the thing is the field position is not manageable, so you either get this first down on this play or you're pretty much forced into punting.
Very real possibility. Still 8:25 remaining in the second quarter. Olathe North showing a blitz. Here they come. Edison, straight quarterback power, and he picks his way across the 20 for the first down.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yep.
Quarterback power. You got the extra blocker because it doesn't hand off.
Yep. And Edison is a big dude, and I tell you what, Craig, the other thing is he's falling forward 98% of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's able to fall forward there for the first down at the 21. 2 to both sides on the receivers. Here's a pass out to Hamilton. Oh, it was a bit behind him. Incomplete. Wow. The defender, I think, maybe had a chance, Craig, at that one, but he was more focused on Hamilton running the route, and the ball whizzed by his head, it looked like.
Boy, there is no part of that play that looked good from the snap.
2nd and 10 now from the 21-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field. Edison again looking towards the near sideline on this Free State bench. Calling out some plays. They have 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Lincoln is to the right in the hip pocket of Edison. Edison, waist-high snap, fires it quickly up a seam route. It's caught by Leipold at the 35, and he's thrown down at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, nice. That seam route has been good to Free State the entire year.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. We've seen some games where the Firebirds have been able to exploit that. This might be a time to go back to it. A nice gain out to the 36-yard line of 15 yards, and that's more than enough for the first down. Trips towards the near side, ball on the far hash. Free State moving from right to left in this second quarter. 7:35 remaining. They trail 21-7. Lincoln motions out again as an up back. Here is Edison running straight towards this left side, and he got tripped up after a short gain. About 2 yards. Nate Gunderson made the tackle for Olathe North. 2nd down and 8. Ball spotted on the near hash. Free State has really slowed things down tempo-wise on this drive, Craig. Taking their time. Down to 7 minutes remaining. Play action pass. Edison looking downfield. He's got a clean pocket. He rolls out to his right. Now time ticking down. Gets away from one rusher. Now fires it towards the near side, and it's caught by Stromberg as he goes out of bounds.
Wow.
Near the 45-yard line.
Edison really extending the play there as he rolls right, comes back left, finds Stromberg on the sideline, who just settled into a spot there. Did a nice job.
Andrew Yarnell was the one that had pressure on Edison, but he got away from it and made a nice pass. Here's a little quarterback draw. Edison keeps it, and he's got a lot of room across midfield, across the 40, drags a defender across the 35.
Barely.
Oh, Gunderson, number 20 for Olathe North, just saved a touchdown.
Yes, he did. And we've seen that play a lot over the last several years, that quarterback draw after sending the receivers on vertical routes, taking the secondary with them, and then finding a gap. And Edison can really exploit that opening.
At the 33, here's a handoff to Lincoln, and he meets a brick wall for maybe a yard. 6:20 remaining in this second quarter. Free State trails 21-14. The Firebirds deferred and kicked off to start the game, so they're going to be getting the ball to start the third quarter as well. Lincoln motions out, empty set. Here's Edison, rolls out, now slings it into the flat. It's caught by Lincoln. Some nice blocking on the outside. Lincoln, he drags the defender inside the 20 to about the 18. Grant Lincoln with that low center of gravity. Can't wrap him up with arm tackles, and he dragged the defender inside the 20.
Well, he shifts out of the backfield and sets up, to the right, and then that's a play we see a lot at the collegiate level where the quarterback rolls right and then just flips it ahead
Yeah, it's almost like an option play, really, where Edison could have probably kept that if he wanted to.
I kind of think of it as a long handoff, basically. And Lincoln really did a nice job of getting upfield.
Hamilton comes in motion. He goes around behind Edison. Edison keeps it and runs the opposite direction behind the left guard. And again, falls forward inside the 15. Another nice run by Edison of about 5 yards down to the 13-yard line. Now, when Free State got in the red zone on the drive they scored on, they started throwing out some different formations and different looks. They bring in Weischer, the running back, now to the right of Edison. 4 receivers. Everyone looks back towards the near sideline. Play clock is down to 10. Now under 5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Edison, waist-high snap. It's another quarterback power, and they couldn't seal behind him. And that was Gunderson, number 20, who came sliding in and made a nice tackle.
Boy, kind of slow developing there. And Eagles did a nice job of just maintaining the line of scrimmage and not allowing Edison to get out on the edge, forcing him to cut up.
3rd down and 6 after a loss of a yard there at the 14. Chest-high snap for Edison. Pump fakes, looking to go up top to the end zone. Throws for Preston, incomplete. Broken up by Xavier Woods in coverage for Olathe North. And on 4th and 6, Lawrence Free State is going to send out their kicking unit. Ish Candrini comes on for the Firebirds. So Ish Candrini, number 89, comes on. He is 7 for 11 on field goal attempts this season. Left-footed kicker. And this will be a 31-yard attempt. 4:19 remaining in this second quarter. Firebirds trying to get on the board. The snap, the kick is up, and it is no good. He pushed it right. Pushed it off the right upright. It was more of a line drive kick, and Ish Candrini can't knock it through. And Free State comes up empty in the red zone. Now 2 consecutive trips to the red zone for the Firebirds. One, they had an interception in the end zone, and then they missed the field goal.
So what you're hoping there is that, you want a touchdown. But, if you set up and convert on the field goal, at least you can feel good about getting some points out of that drive. As it is,
I mean, that was a long drive. It started at their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, exactly. And, So to get something out of it would have been kind of an ego boost, but as it is, come up empty, still down 2 touchdowns now.
4:19 left in the second quarter. Plenty of time for Olathe North. Sarver play action pass, steps out to his left. Flag comes down. He jukes away from a defender. He's getting chased down from behind, and they get him down for the sack. It's Viano again on the sack for Free State.
Wow, 2 sacks tonight for Viano here in the first half.
Yeah, there's a flag down, and I have to believe this is a hold, in which case Free State would decline, I would think.
Yep, you can get the sack, you can get the yardage loss, and you get the down used. So
yep, they do call it against Olathe North. Penalty declined. So the big sack by Viano, as you pointed out, Craig, his second sack of this first half, and that's big. And now, if you're Free State, you start thinking about possibly getting the ball back before the end of this half. Clock runs once again.
Eagles faced with a 2nd and 17 here.
2nd and 17. They're way back at their own 14-yard line. And Sarver keeps it on a read option. He gets the edge here across the 20, to the 25, to the 30. A big hit, and he's knocked out of bounds. But Sarver gets all those yards back they lost on the sack and then some. They moved the chains on an 18-yard run from the quarterback, Sarver. I give him more, actually. Give him about a 20-yard run. All the way out to the 34. And before the snap, flags fly. Olathe North they tried to go quick, but maybe too quick for their own good there. False start against Olathe North. That'll back them up to the 29-yard line. But Craig, that's still frustrating for Free State. You get them on the sack and then lose it all on the next play.
Yeah, that's tough. And Sarver just went, to the open side of the field.
Now 1st and 15, Sarver rolling out to his left, sets his feet, looking downfield, lets it fly deep, tipped and almost intercepted. Oh no, he was nearly picked off. Instead, it falls harmlessly to the turf. Oh, the intended receiver, Cole Smith, he tipped it, and the Free State defender was there and had a chance at interception, but it falls incomplete.
Just about ran underneath that ball. You said lets it fly, and he certainly did.
Yeah.
That looked effortless for as far as he threw it.
Yeah. 2nd and 15 now after the long incompletion. Ball in the near hash at the 29. Clock stop with 3:32 remaining. Free State still has 2 timeouts left. 2nd and 15. Sarver wants to pass again. Feels the pressure immediately. Throws underneath. It's caught on a little drag route at the 35. And it's Bruce. They do knock him out of bounds after a decent gain. Out to the 36. So give him 7 on that play. And Bruce, Craig, after that first drive in which he burned Free State, he has not really been very much involved in the offense since then.
Well, I'm going to assume that he acquired the attention of the Free State defense.
You think they started paying attention to him?
I'm just guessing.
3rd down and 8. Sarver again rolling out to his left. Squares up, sets his feet, fires it short, complete again at the 45, across midfield for a first down and more. On 3rd down, the Eagles convert and then some. They get the pass out to number 3, Miller Jones. He's got the first down and he into Free State territory at the 49-yard line. Moving from left to right. Chest high snap for Sarver. Straight dive play. Porter, he's got a big hole, a big run across the 35 at the 30. He's tripped up in the secondary. A nice tackle there in the secondary by Braden Byrne. He was really the last line of defense there against Porter. But as it stands, still a big run of 20 yards down to the 29-yard line. And again, Olathe North wants to use tempo and go quick. 4 receivers. Play action pass. It's slung it out into the flat. It's complete there at the 30, at the 25. Oh, and a nice tackle by Parker Moore. That saved a touchdown. Simmons, number 27, with the catch. And he made one guy miss in the secondary, but Moore was there, number 8 in black, to clean it up and prevent that from being a bigger gain or even 6 points. Now 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Sarver takes a chest high snap. Again, throw it into the flat. It's caught by Porter. Porter gets a nice block at the 15, to the 10, to the 5. It's a race to the far pylon. He lost the ball. The ball came out. Free State, I believe, maybe have recovered it. This should become a touchback, I think. It'll be a touchback, and Free State also, somehow there's a ref down on the field also. Absolute chaos out there. And Porter, as he tried to extend the ball for a touchdown, lost it, and it goes out the back of the end zone. There's a Free State player down, injured, out of the back of the end zone. There's a referee down. He appears to be okay. And the athletic staff is on their way out there. And there was just a lot going on there, Craig.
Well, we've got...
I'm not even sure. Was there an official call made?
I could not tell. It was in the far corner.
And it looked like the running back, Porter, as he went to extend for the far pylon, lost the ball. It rolled into the back of the end zone, and Free State had a chance to recover it, and it went out of the back of the end zone, I believe. It was Kobe Oxener who was slow to get up, but he's not slow to get up anymore. He's running down this near side, signaling that it's Free State ball.
Well, he knows something we don't know for sure, but...
or maybe he's just wishing it into existence.
Well, he seemed pretty confident.
Speaking it into existence. You ever heard that, Craig? Speak it into existence.
Yes. So...
they're having a conference call right now at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and I can't tell if, I think with athletic training staff out there.
I think they were checking on the ref who was down. There was an official who had gone down kind of behind the play. The Free State offense is coming on the field.
Okay.
So it appears as though they have signaled a touchback as the ball went out of the back of the end zone. And with exactly 2 minutes remaining in this first half, Free State will take over at their own 20-yard line. They have 2 timeouts and a chance to go down and get some points here before the end of the first half.
Well, there would be a living example of dodging a bullet because the Firebirds sure looked like they were going down 28-7.
It looked like it, yeah, but a second lease on life potentially for Free State. Rising from the fire, as you would say.
Yep.
Here's Edison on a pass, under pressure, gets away from a defender, still on his feet. He rolls out to his right, fires it across the middle, complete to Leipold. Leipold at the 30, and he goes down as he crossed the 30 to about the 33. Craig, Leipold caught that ball, turned around, and just kind of stood there as if he expected to be hit. And then when he realized nobody was there, he started to run ahead. And he gets out to the 33-yard line.
Well, a lot of credit to Edison there, keeping that play alive and avoiding the sack.
1:40 remaining. Here's Edison again, standing tall in the pocket, looks downfield, fires it deep, got a man, it's caught by Hamilton. Hamilton lost the ball. It came out at the 10-yard line. They fall for it, and Olathe North has it back.
Oh, my goodness.
Hamilton juggled the initial catch, and then he got hit from behind and coughed it up, and Olathe North gets it back. Third turnover of the half for Lawrence Free State.
Wow.
Hamilton outran the defense. Made a great catch after initially juggling it. Got hit from behind, and you feel for him. He's definitely upset on the sidelines. And you can see the Firebirds rallying to Hamilton here, trying to know that it's all right, but a big play there, Craig. It looked like it could have been a touchdown, but instead it's a fumble. And Olathe North takes over inside their own 10.
Free State dodged one just a minute ago, and now Olathe North does the same. And the thing is, there's a minute 30 left. I mean, this half isn't over the way Olathe North has moved the football.
And 3 timeouts still for the Eagles as well.
Yeah.
They started with a sling pass out of the flat. It's caught by Bruce, the ever-dangerous Bruce. He gets it across the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Well, they love that play, and is there any reason not to?
That's what I say, not to, yeah. Clock running down to 1:15, 1st and 10. Here's Sarver, slings it out of the flat, incomplete, looking for Simmons on an out route. That stops the clock with 1:13 left. You thought the first quarter was crazy. This second quarter has we've really seen it all. And through it all, Free State trails by 14, 21-7. The Firebirds will get the ball to start the second half, so if they can not surrender any points here and go into halftime and still have a chance to come out in the second half and eat into this lead. Ball in the far hash. Olathe North moving from left to right. Oh, a pressure. Nice pickup there by the running back. They throw it short. It's caught there at the 27-yard line, and a couple of Firebirds finally get him down. The pass caught by Miller Jones. He gets out to the 29, and Olathe North, I believe, has called their first timeout. Oh, no, Free State called the timeout, Craig.
That would be their second.
Yeah, 59 seconds left.
Half.
So it's 3rd and 4, so the Firebirds are thinking that they can still get the ball back here.
Well, here's their chance to do something that they haven't done a real good job of at times, and that's get off the field.
Yeah.
You know, third and 4, it's pretty manageable down in distance for Olathe North. But, boy, Free State's has had a hard time getting these third down stops.
3rd down and 4, and man, Craig, it feels like the playbook's wide open for Olathe North. He could go to another swing pass. They could maybe go back to that counter play they've ran a couple times.
Yeah.
A lot of options here for the Eagles that the Firebirds have to be prepared for.
Yeah, either one of those seem like a good choice, and you got to believe that Olathe North is thinking, okay, Free State's thinking about those 2 plays. Let's try something different here and shake them up. So, as you said, playbook wide open, wide open.
59 seconds remaining in this first half. 3rd down and 4 at the 29-yard line of Olathe North. Moving from left to right. Free State, you would think, would try to call timeout here to get the ball back if they can get a stop. They actually put 2 seconds back on the clock. So 1:01 now officially on the clock. 3rd down, Sarver stands alone. Chest high snap, fires it over the middle, deflected again, incomplete.
Wow.
It pinballed around out there, and nobody could come up with it. And that really is still probably best-case scenario for Free State. It stops the clock on the incompletion, and they maintain that 1 timeout left.
Well, you mentioned playbook wide open, and I think they ran something that we hadn't seen before. They had 5 receivers in the
an
formation.
empty set there.
Yeah.
And here's Sarver. I wonder if he's just going to pooch punt this. He will, yeah. Oh, they blocked it.
Oh,
they partially
boy.
blocked it. It's scooped up to the 35-yard line at the 30 and out of bounds at about the 26. A very poorly executed pooch punt play there by Olathe North, and Free State blocked it. It was picked up by number 33, Ethan Prescott, and he runs it out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. Marking at the 24 actually. So if you want to do the math here, Craig, that was actually a net punt of -5 yards.
Well, there's a statistic you don't hear very often. But
-5 yards on the punt there.
You know, poorly executed. It looked kind of rushed.
Yeah.
You know, like they were in a hurry to get that done.
Well, and normally you see the quarterback take a few extra steps back to do that, and Sarver did not do that. Now Free State with more life here at the end of the half. Here's Edison, takes off the scramble with it at the 20. A little shake and bake on a defender, and he barrel rolls across the 15. The clock running, 1 timeout remaining for Free State. Edison looking for a signal, down to 35 seconds. A lot of standing around. The clock continues to run.
Wow.
Down to 30 seconds. Free State taking their time here, down to 25 seconds. They've got 2 running backs in there, Weisher and Lincoln, both to each hip pocket of Edison, down to 20 seconds. Play action pass, Edison looking for the end zone, incomplete, a miscommunication looked like. And that took a long time, Craig, down to 16 seconds now left in the half.
They lost 15, 16 seconds.
Yeah, easily.
Getting that done.
If not more.
If not more, wow.
Still 1 timeout remaining for Free State. But now with only 16 seconds left, you feel like maybe you've got time for 2 shots to the end zone. You don't have to go to the end zone with that 1 timeout left, but certainly it feels like your options are handcuffed a bit more here. Waist high snap for Edison. They want to go to the quarterback draw. Edison jukes a defender at the 15, to the 10, to the 5, looking for the end zone. He extends. He's short. 7 seconds left in the half. Free State, there's a flag that flies late. Oh, boy. Another flag flies.
This is ugly.
Edison would not be denied, but he couldn't get there. And then multiple flags fly. 7 seconds left in the half.
These
2 flags.
are going to be some kind of an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, they both came well after the play. One flew, and then a few seconds later, another flew.
You know, when they fly way up in the air like that, that means somebody down there on the field.
That means the ref's got a good arm.
Yeah, yeah.
That was my first thought. 7 seconds remaining in the half. And the officials have huddled up here to conversate about what to do here. That's in the dictionary.
Yeah. Yeah, you were working that vocabulary tonight.
So both teams were headed towards their respective sidelines. Now they've been called back. 1 timeout remaining for Lawrence Free State, by the way. And I'm trying to see what the call is here. 21-7, the Firebirds lead, but having a chance to score here late. So a personal foul against Free State and then a taunting against Olathe North. They're going to offset. So after all of that, Free State will maintain possession with the ball at about the 1 yard line, I believe. But I think the Firebirds will be forced to call timeout here because the clock would be running, I believe.
Well, I think you want to call a timeout just to get everybody settled here because there was a lot of indecision for a while.
Yeah.
And you're thinking.
7 seconds left in the half, Craig. It's senior night. Do you just go to number 7 here?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Is this a sign? 7 seconds left.
Well, it's 007 on the scoreboard, so.
You have to wonder if Free State's not thinking about just letting Edison do his thing here and try to muscle his way into the end zone. Something he's done a lot of this season. They've added 2 seconds. So they've added 2 seconds back onto the game clock. So now 9 seconds left in the half. I don't know if that changes your thought process at all with an extra 2 seconds. I mean, you could attempt a pass here if you wanted.
If you want to get a quick pass into the end zone, you've got time to run 2 plays.
Yeah. Right now, Edison is in the shotgun, and he's by himself. Lincoln is lined up as an H-back on the right side of the offensive line with 4 receivers. Edison, it's just a straight quarterback power. Here he goes, looking for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Lawrence Free State. They go to number 7 on senior night, and he delivers. Wesley Edison, a quarterback power off right tackle, and with time dwindling in the first half, the Firebirds have cut into this lead.
So they took a lot of run support out of away from Olathe North, just with the formation, putting 4 receivers out there on the field. Take it to Grant Lincoln's side.
Ish Kadrini's extra point is up, and it is good. 21-14.
And then you go with your 007 into the end zone. So what a bizarre last couple of possessions.
Oh, you're telling me.
For both teams. And the end result is Free State fighting back to get to a 1-score game.
A topsy-turvy end of the first half, but you're absolutely right. Free State comes out with a touchdown. It's 21-14. Remember, Craig, the Firebirds will get the ball to start the second half as well.
You got to like that.
So through all of this, through all of the emotions of this game so far, it is a one-possession game going into halftime.
So we saw a ball fumbled out of the end zone.
Yep.
Ball comes back to Free State. Then we saw a long pass, and Edison threw that ball a long ways.
Yep.
A long pass completion, then a fumble. Ball goes back to Olathe North. They go into a 4th down. They try kind of a quick kick pooch sort of thing that gets blocked. And end result, Free State with a touchdown.
I think you summed that up pretty well.
Yeah, thanks.
21-14. Free State trails by just 7 points. And again, I think the biggest thing here now is through all the emotions of this first half, it's a one-possession game. I think if I'm Kevin Stewart, that's what I'm telling this team.
Yeah.
Through everything that's happened in the first half, it's a one-possession game. You have a chance to tie it coming out.
And the cherry on that Sunday is they get the ball coming out of halftime.
Ish Kadrini's lining up to onside kick this, by the way. Instead, he just kind of pooches it high in the air. It's taken at the 25 by Olathe North on the near side, running to the left. This will be the last play of the half. Number 14's got it, and finally the black jerseys swarm him and pile drive him into the turf. And that is how this half comes to a close. And you can see Kevin Stewart, he is definitely fired up after this first half. And what a first half it was between 2 6-1 teams. And Stewart wants to huddle up his squad before they head into the locker room and give them one final message. 21-14 is the score. Lawrence Free State trails against Olathe North in a battle of 2 6-1 teams here at Lawrence Free State High. 21-14 is the score. Our halftime show is brought to you by 23rd Street Brewery. Open daily from 11:30 to 10:30 for the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, the Hank Turkey Stack, or the Hank Booth Burger. Come in to watch the football, basketball, baseball games from high school to KU to the NFL. 21-14 is our score. Free State got down 6-0. They answered and took the lead 7-6. But turnovers were the story from that point forward, as 2 turnovers by Free State, 2 interceptions led to 2 touchdowns by Olathe North. That made it 21-7. And then a wild back and forth of turnovers and wild plays, as you outlined, Craig, in the second quarter, resulted in the Firebirds getting it back late with a minute left. They went down and scored a touchdown to make it 21-14. Lawrence Free State trails by 7 at the half. And every week, as we've been doing here on our halftime show, we have a very special interview guest with us. That is the athletic director, Jared Shaw. And I will let Craig take it away with Mr. Shaw here on our halftime show.
All right. As Nick mentioned, we do have the AD from Free State High School, Jared Shaw, joining us this evening. Jared, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Man, thanks so much for being here. Thoughts on the game so far?
Well, that ending to the half there was a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
But not quite the score that we want, but we're getting there. I think we can put together a second half here and make this a ball game. So.
I think all things considered, 3 turnovers for Free State, and they're only down 1. So
Right.
You got to kind of find that silver lining.
Yep, you got to find that silver lining for sure.
You're currently in your second year.
Second year as AD,
yeah. Free State, okay. So fill people in a little bit on your background. College, previous work experience?
Yeah, so I'm from Little River, Kansas originally. That's where I went to high school.
Okay.
Graduated from there, joined the Navy. I was on a submarine for 5 years.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Went underwater for a little while. And then when I got out of there, I moved back to Lincoln, Nebraska. I went to the best university in the nation, University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
You're bold for saying that right here.
Yeah, I know, right? went to University of Nebraska, got my degree there, started coaching and teaching at Lincoln High School, right down the road from the University of Nebraska.
Yep.
Did that for 10 years, and then I got into administration. First administration job was there at Lincoln High School, and then I was an associate principal there, and then I went to a middle school where I was also an associate principal. And then my family and I decided to move down here to Lawrence because we have some family here in Lawrence, and love the community and wanted to raise our kids here. So this was kind of where we put our roots. And my first year, since when we moved to Lawrence, I was at Leavenworth High School where I was an associate principal.
Okay.
And then job opportunity came here at Free State. Matt Rank is a friend of mine, and so we had the opportunity to take the job here at Free State and be the athletic director, and I was ecstatic to do so.
Okay, well that kind of answers my next question. What brought you to Free State? But so you answered those questions. But if memory serves, did you did your graduate work at Doane?
Yes, I did my grad school at Doane University.
That's right. Okay.
Doane College at the time. Now it's Doane University.
At the time. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this or not, but when you and I first met, I think I told you that my wife and I both graduated from Doane.
Right, you did. I'll never forget that. That's why I knew we'd get along. So.
Now, a casual glance at the both of us will let people know that we were not in the same graduating class.
No, yeah. Unfortunately, no, we were not. No.
Well, tell us all a little bit about the day-to-day life of an athletic director at a 6A high school.
Yeah. Well, no day is the same. I'll say that first.
Right.
But here in Lawrence, we're also assistant principals, so as well as being an athletic director. So we spend a lot of our time during the day doing normal assistant principal things. But as athletic director, obviously we have 19 sports if you split it boys and girls. So so it's quite a big responsibility there, athletics. And so we spend a lot of time just working with coaches on making sure that we have schedules correct. We have transportation. We do a number of things, hosting events every single night, kind of all of those types of things. It's kind of hard to tell you exactly what we do day to day, but I get here at about 7 every single morning, and you never know what's going to cross your desk. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I wanted to do tonight, was to give people an idea of what an athletic director does, because I've been to Free State athletic events. I've seen, after the event, I've seen fans, parents, come up to you and they've got a complaint about something.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
I kind of like people to have a picture of. You have a lot to do,
and
it's a long day, and it's a long day every day because you get here at 7, but then, you're here in the late in the afternoon, or tonight you're going to be here until about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so there's just so much to do at a big high school like this. When 19 sports.
Yeah. Well, football games are obviously a lot of work, but. I'm responsible for everything down to the script here that the PA reads. So I write all that, put rosters together, make sure we have officials, pay the officials, make sure all the band and the cheer squad and the dance team and all of that's taken care of. I hire all the workers, make sure they're all arranged. There's a number of things that goes into each event, and it's a lot of work, but it's rewarding. And like you said, I have parents that come up to me and talk to me after every single event, and sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative, but the good thing about it is here in Lawrence we have people that care about athletics, and that's what's important to me. And the baseline of what we do is to make sure kids have a fantastic experience, and that's what our goal is. So.
Right, exactly. Okay. So on top of what I would call the daily grind of what you do, sometimes then you also have extra events like a Sunflower League event or some kind of postseason thing that falls under your umbrella of responsibilities.
Yeah.
Wasn't League Cross Country just last weekend?
Yeah, we hosted League Cross Country last weekend. We found out today, actually, that we're hosting regional soccer here. We play Manhattan on Tuesday.
Okay.
First time in quite a long time. I'm trying to figure out how many years it's been since we've hosted a playoff game here at Free State in soccer, but it's been a while. I'm also the host of the 6A state baseball tournament, and then I also host, actually next Saturday, the 3, 5, and 6A state cross country meet out at Rimrock.
Right.
So yeah, we host a number of things with Keisha. Keisha's a fantastic partner, and we get to work with them to do those types of things. But once again, it's a lot of work. I have some great coaches that help me with that. But yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's certainly not a one-man job.
No, you can't do that one by yourself.
No,
that's for sure.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. And so what about being an AD in the Sunflower League? Can you talk a little bit about the competitiveness of the league?
Oh yeah, I mean it's the best league in the state. I mean I don't think there's much debate about that. We're a competitive league in all sports, and the ADs in the Sunflower League as well are the best in the state. So it's a fantastic group to learn from and work with, and we get the opportunity to meet every month and kind of collaborate and figure out how we're going to do things. And
so
it's a great
what's
experience.
been the big change from year 1 to year 2 for you?
I know what I'm doing, Well, for the most part, I know what I'm doing. I have answers to questions. I don't have to say, well, let me go find out.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. And I've been just more prepared, just been able to prepare for things. I'm not chasing my tail all the time.
Right.
So it's been a significant difference from year 1 to 2.
So fall sports, in terms of accomplishments for fall sports, our football team's obviously I'm going to go out on a limb here and say there's a really great chance they'll host the first round of state playoffs. Yes. I know that you had a girls golfer go to state.
Yeah, we did.
Kind of, dare I say, in surprising
fashion.
fashion.
That was a surprise, and that was a fantastic surprise.
Isn't that a great story?
Yeah, we were kind of worried about not having a state qualifier in golf, and man, she went out there and played her butt off and made it. So
she just got hot all at once.
Yeah.
Lane was telling me that just earlier in the week. I thought, what a great story.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fantastic.
So other accomplishments from fall sports?
The best thing about fall sports is there's just so much hype. And it's always, and I know you probably experienced that working in schools. It's just beginning of school, everybody comes and rallies around their teams. And
yes.
Football started hot, so that's always a good thing. Our volleyball team is super young, but man, they play their butts off and they're doing a great job. They've gotten better every week, and it's just a fun time of year. Fall's fun, and now we're starting preparation for winter sports to get started up. New boys basketball coach this year, so we're excited to work with him. He's been great to work with.
So let's add that into your responsibilities as well. You got to go through the whole screening of interviews, or screening of applicants, and then the interview process and selecting a coach. So that's a big piece of your work as well.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part. I mean, assistant coaches all the way to our head coaches, and that's a constant cycle that we have to take care of, is hiring and doing all of those types of things.
So as athletic director, we have coaches and assistant coaches and boosters. So where do you see your role in the whole scheme of all of the 19 sports that Free State puts out there?
I think I've been asked that before. I think the most important aspect of my job is to make sure, like I said before, that we're giving kids an experience, and an experience that not only helps them prepare them for the rest of their life, but in the moment, making sure that it's a positive experience that they can enjoy it as a high school student. Because the research will tell us that kids that are involved in their school and in activities at school, the more likely they are to graduate and be successful. So I think at a baseline, that's the most important thing that we do. I think you have to set a mission and a vision for your athletic department, and make sure that your coaches are holding themselves to that standard, as well as I'm holding them to that standard. So we have high expectations at Free State, and I think all of my coaches have high expectations for their student athletes. And so I think that's probably the overall administrative outlook of my job and my profession. But yeah, I truly, absolutely love just giving kids a great experience, because I had one, and I hope all of them have the same.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I just think back on my kids. They're Lawrence High grads, but they had great athletic experiences in their tenure at Lawrence High.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing that kids look back on, their parents look back on that as well, if they have a real positive experience.
Absolutely.
And that research that you mentioned, that's been pretty standard stuff over the years. the more your students are involved, the higher their achievement level, and the more their satisfaction with their school experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with all that, I think you actually preemptively answered my next question, actually, how athletics fits in with the overall mission and culture of the school. So I think you handled that one already.
Yeah, and it's our community, too, that makes our athletic teams great, because you mentioned boosters, and I think the most important part is just the support that we get from our community and how much they care about Free State.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that was, I taught here 19 years, so that's always been my impression as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, thanks so much for coming up
thanks
here.
for having me. I appreciate it.
It has been a pleasure to speak with you, and hopefully we'll do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much. All right, folks, that is Jared Shaw, the athletic director here at Free State High School, just outlining for us and sometimes speaking in great detail about the athletic programs here and what the mission is of the school and the athletic program. So, Nick, back to you.
Craig, thanks so much. Did a great job as always on the interview as well. And we're just got a few minutes away before we're ready to start the second half between Free State and Olathe North. We'll take a short time out right now, though, on the halftime show when we come back. More halftime thoughts before the start of the second half between Olathe North and Lawrence Free State. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull and watching on KLWN.com.
Truity Credit Union is a proud supporter of the Free State Firebirds and all Lawrence public schools. We've donated over $61,000 to support our Lawrence schools and teachers. Get your Firebird Spirit debit card today. Each purchase you make with the card raises money for our schools. You swipe, we give. Visit a branch today or online at truitycu.org/spirit card to learn more. Firebirds fight with Truity. Truity Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
And just like that, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney Turkey Stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry in Lawrence welcomes Dr. Kelly Dummerth.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kelly Dummerth. I have recently started at Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. What I'm super excited to bring to the table is a whole nother focus on the aesthetic side of smile design, bringing in Lawrence dental aesthetics so that we can focus on the cosmetic side of smile makeovers, Botox, filler, whitening, crowns, veneers, anything that you can think of that can really enhance your smile.
The Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Kind, caring, and understanding when you need it most. Online at kansascenterforsedationdentistry.com.
KMXN Osage City, Lawrence, Topeka, 20 country hits in a row. Then and now, 92.9 The Bull. 92.9 The Bull.
Welcome back to Lawrence Free State High here on the campus of Free State High School. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Craig Hershiser. Halftime here between Lawrence Free State and Olathe North, and a crazy first half. We'll find out what the score at the half, 21-14. Lawrence Free State trails. I would like to remind you that our halftime show is brought to you by 23rd Street Brewery. Open daily from 11:30 to 10:30 from the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, the Haney Turkey Stack, or the Hank Booth Burger. Come in to watch the football, basketball, baseball games from high school to KU to the NFL. All right, 21-14 is our halftime score. Lawrence Free State and Olathe North. The Firebirds trail, but I just want to paint the whole picture of how that first half went. Olathe North went down and scored, missed their extra point to make it 7-0. Free State answered and took the lead 7-6, but then consecutive interceptions by the Firebirds, including one in the end zone, resulted in 2 touchdowns for Olathe North to make it 21-7 after they got a 2-point conversion. And then that started the back and forth topsy-turvy wild play. Free State got the ball back, couldn't score. Then Olathe North drove down and looked like they were going to make it 28-7. They fumbled the ball out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Free State throws a deep pass to Devon Hamilton. He fumbles it inside the 10 at the other end. Olathe North gets it back, but they can't score before the half. They're forced to punt. Then they botch their pooch punt with their quarterback, Garver. It gets blocked by Free State. They get the ball back with about a minute left at the 25-yard line of Olathe North, and the Firebirds do go down and score on a 1-yard Wesley Edison touchdown run right before the end of the first half to make it 21-14. Free State trails just by 7 at the break. And Craig, I think if you're the Firebirds, you feel like if you play a clean half and you don't turn the ball over, you could be leading this game by 7 or more points. And so coming out in the second half, playing clean in the second half certainly has got to be at the top of the priority list for the Free State Firebirds in this half.
Well, I think, okay, so we did turn the ball over 3 times, so you got to deal with that reality. The other side of it is overcame those because with 3 turnovers, this certainly could be more than a 1-touchdown margin for Olathe North. But, yes, your emphasis at halftime is, if we clean it up, when we clean it up, and play turnover-free and maybe cut down on some penalties, then you got a chance here to overcome this team. Olathe North is good.
Yeah,
I mean, they're a good football team.
They're definitely an explosive team for sure.
Yeah, and so you gonna have to make some adjustments defensively, I think, because man, do they have just really they've been very proficient with those very lateral passes out and forcing Free State to run sideline to sideline, defensively.
Yeah.
Sometimes Free State gets defenders out there. Sometimes they don't. The wide receiver can make one block and free up his teammate, and then turn into long gains. So that's a big task, I think, for a defense. And what they're doing, Olathe North, is they're really stretching the field, not vertically but horizontally, and forcing the linebackers and the defensive line to run from sideline to sideline. That can be fatiguing. We'll have to see what happens here in the second half.
Yeah, and I kind of touched on it towards the end of the first half, but, you think about the emotional highs and lows of that first half that we saw on both sides, and through all of that, it's just a one-possession game, and you got to be able to maintain that emotional energy through the second half as well and navigate the sort of the ebbs and flows of this game. So I'll be curious to see how both teams handle that in the second half. Olathe North will kick this ball off from right to left. 12 minutes on the clock here in the third quarter. Free State trails by 7, 21-14. And the Eagles getting set to kick this ball away. Number 18, Brent Skomar, is the kicker for Olathe North. It's a left-footed kicker, a strong end-over-end kick that bounces at about the 2-yard line. That's a live ball at the 1. It's picked up there by Hamilton. Hamilton tries to stiff-arm one defender, stiff-arms another out to the 5. Oh, and a horse collar face mask tackle will erase that. I tell you, what a kick, though.
Yeah.
For it to down at the 1 like that and not go into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, just checked up like one of your favorite wedge shots.
Yeah.
Right? We know how well you hit those.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, golf.
I know, and it makes me sad.
Okay, you're talking about golf, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Wedge shot. I got you now. I got you. I'm with you now. Anyways, it doesn't. Honestly, that great kick doesn't matter though because they face masked on the return, and so Free State gets the ball at the 19-yard line. So through all that, they basically only lose a yard.
But that's the second time we've seen a kickoff just kind of rolling around free ball. Free State's got to get that figured out.
So out to the 19-yard line is where Lawrence Free State will start this first drive of the third quarter, moving from left to right. They have 4 receivers. Edison surveys the defense. Chest high snap, straight quarterback run. Oh, and he jukes away from one defender, jukes another, still on his feet at the 25, and they finally get him to the turf. Boy, Edison just made a couple defenders look absolutely silly right there, Craig.
Yeah, really, just foot in the ground, make a move, cut back, and then at the end of the run, just keep falling forward until you finally end up with a 9-yard gain.
9-yard run there from Edison, as he pointed out. 11 and a half minutes remaining in this third quarter. As the Free State offense checks the sideline on the near side, they have trips again towards that far side of the field, moving from left to right across your radio dial and across your video screen. Chest high snap for Edison. It's a straight quarterback run again. Here's Edison fighting for the first down. He gets it across the 30 to about the 32. He needed only a yard. He ends up getting about 4, and that will move the chains.
Okay, so out of that scary moment where the ball was just lying down there on the 1 yard line, now all of a sudden Free State's gained a first down. They're out here on the 32, and it's a little less scary.
Ball in the near hash. 4 receivers again, same formation. Lincoln is in the left hip pocket of Edison as he surveys the defense. 4 down this time for Olathe North. Play action pass. Fires out into the flat. It's caught by Hamilton. He tried to duck under a tackle, and he gets out to the 36-yard line.
All right, that's good. Positive yards, 5 yards.
Actually mark him at the 37, gain of 5.
Second and 5, so good gain on first down.
Staying on schedule. 10:25 remaining in this third quarter. Free State trails by 7, but they're on the move right now. 2nd and 5. Here's a straight quarterback run from Edison, running off left tackle. He turns it upfield, and again, he just has that extra gear to get to the sideline for another good run, and that'll move the chains again for Free State across the 40 to near the 45-yard line.
A lot of Free State jerseys out there blocking downfield, giving Edison just enough of a crease to pick up the first down yardage.
And Edison really has that extra gear that he can get to sometimes.
Yeah.
When he's trying to get to the edge like that. 1st and 10 at the 46 on the far hash. Edison runs again. Oh, and this time they've got him corralled. He's looking to run, and they do take him down. 2 defenders get him on the turf. That time they boxed him in, and Edison just had nowhere to go. And the emphasis to start this drive, Craig, has been with the quarterback run. Edison's been running it a number of times on this opening drive. Lost a yard there back to the 45, 2nd and 11. 4 receivers. Hamilton comes in motion towards the near side. Chest high snap for Edison. Looking to pass, running out of time now. Throws it. He's got a man open underneath. Oh, incomplete. Looking for Preston. And Preston comes up hobbling. He's got to come off the field here. And Preston has done a nice job of settling in underneath the zone. We saw that a lot in the first half.
Yeah, again, finding that open spot in the zone. I mean, he's been open. He's been Travis Kelce open quite a few times.
3rd down and 11 for Free State at their own 45-yard line. Edison looks to the left, looks to the right, surveys the defense. Chest high snap. Now running out of time. He wants to scramble with it. Tucks it away in his right arm. Tries to break a tackle. Oh, almost got away, but it took 2 or 3 defenders, and they get him down right at midfield. And this will bring up 4th down and 6 for Free State. Decision time for the Firebirds here, Craig.
Well, so far they're lining up their offense.
Yep, the offense looking to go for it. It's 4th and 6. So even if you get them to jump off sides, it wouldn't be a first down. 4th and 6. They have 3 receivers bunched up towards this near side with the ball in the near hash. 9:05 remaining in the third quarter. Edison, now he motions Lincoln out, who lines up as an H-back. And Edison takes a few steps back. Looks like he will just pooch punt this ball. It's a high snap. Edison, he thought about running with it.
He sure did.
And then he does punt it away. And boy, a pretty darn good punt that goes inside the 5 down to the 3. What can't number 7 in black do, Craig? Edison with a nice punt.
He, on 2 different instances, looked like he
wanted to run.
He was like, I'm going to, no, okay, no, I guess not. I'm just going to punt the football down inside the 5.
Yeah.
6 yards. Man, 4th and 6 right around midfield. That's
a tough decision to make either way.
That's pretty dicey right there.
Down 7, still relatively early in the third quarter.
I mean, if they successfully enticed North into jumping, then that would have been 5 yards, turn into 4th and 1. Now you're thinking, okay, well, let's definitely go for it now.
Yeah.
But, So defense got some work here to do.
Shotgun snap in their own end zone. They start with a handoff on a big hit at the second level of the defense. It was Rupp number 40 with the tackle there on Olathe North. But they get a good gain that gets them out of the shadow of their own goalposts. Well, I guess with the way the lights are oriented here, the shadow's not on them, but you get the idea. They have a wildcat formation here. It's Porter number 1, and here's that counter play again as he looks to run towards the left side of the offensive line, and Free State still can't really slow it down. It's Porter across the 15 to about the 18, and he's got a first down.
It is remarkable how successful that play is time after time. Have they run, when he's lined up in Wildcat, have they run anything else?
They have run a couple different handoffs, but it's been a lot of that. Here they do it again with Porter. This time he does hand it off to Bruce, fighting his way forward. The ball may have come out, says Free State on the sideline, but hang on a second.
There's some
Free State.
A little bit of a tussle down there.
Free State came out of the pile. It was Viano who came away with the ball, but the signal seems to be that he was down. Short gain on the play to the 21-yard line. 7.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. 21-14, Lawrence Free State trails. Now they got Garver back at quarterback in a pistol formation, 3 receivers. Here they go with that bubble screen again. It's caught by Bruce on the outside. Accelerates across the 25 to about the 30, and it takes nearly half the Free State defense to finally get him on the ground. And you want to talk about a guy that's got a quick acceleration.
Yeah.
Bruce, very impressive.
Yeah, he's top speed right away, isn't he?
Yeah, yep. You blink and he's got 10 yards.
Don't blink.
1st and 10 at the 30. Here's Garver keeping it on a quarterback run, and Free State stops it in its tracks. No gain on the play. I think that was Viano again with the tackle for Free State. He's been very active tonight. 2 sacks in the first half. And there he brings down Garver for a very short gain of maybe half a yard. Out to the 31-yard line. 2nd and 9. Garver in the pistol again. He's got Porter directly behind him. Chest high snap, slings it out to Porter in the flat. It's caught. Porter accelerates upfield across the 35, and a couple of defenders tackle him on that far sideline after a decent gain. It will be 3rd down and short coming up for Olathe North. They need the 40 for a first down. They're at the 37. 3rd and 3. Ball in the far hash. Olathe North moving from right to left. Chest high snap for Garver. Garver keeps it on a quarterback run, looking for the first down, tries to cut upfield, and he didn't get there. He did not get there. The Free State defense stymied him at the 39.
Boy, nice job out on the edge by Free State, forcing Sarver to cut it back up, then good pursuit.
And now decision time for Olathe North.
Yeah, setting up a 4th and 1. I mean, they're so confident with their offense, you kind of feel like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, Porter is coming out to line up in the running back spot. I'll give you 2 guesses what they're going to run here, Craig.
Yeah, no kidding.
Here's Porter.
Everything's tight here.
Oh, a bad snap.
Boy.
Bad snap. He had to pick up the ball behind the line, and they stop him.
Wow.
They stop him. A bad snap. And that results in a fumble, and Free State stops him. Oh, no. Just about the only thing you feel like maybe could have stopped the Olathe North offense was themselves.
Yeah, miscue.
And they do stop him, and they do have a bad snap there, and it results in a turnover.
Boy, look at this. I was going to say favorable field position, but even that's not a good enough adjective. They're taking over inside the Olathe North 40, right on the 39, first down.
Ball in the far hash. Free State trails 21-14, 5:26 remaining in this third quarter, but a golden opportunity here for the Firebirds. Here's Edison, pitches it out on an option play to Lincoln, who tumbles over a defender to the 36-yard line for a gain of only about 2 or 3 yards there.
Eagles do a nice job of just stretching that out, getting a lot of white jerseys out there to the football. Edison might have pitched a little early.
Yeah.
Like maybe didn't make that defender commit.
Yeah, we haven't seen Free State run that speed option play too many times this season.
No,
4 receivers, 3 towards the far side with the ball in the near hash. Here's a straight quarterback run, straight ahead. Here's Edison at the 30, to the 25, tried to spin around a defender, and he falls to the 21-yard line. Edison that time just took the snap and went right back up the middle and found a seam for a big run.
Boy, he saw a gap I didn't see.
Yeah.
That looked shut down, and all of a sudden he's through the line and at linebacker level.
Edison showing off that great vision and something you've talked about, Craig, throughout the season, the patience that he seems to have this season as a runner.
Yeah. So a lot of maturity out there.
Now they go back to that 2 running back set. 2 running backs to either side of Edison. Hamilton comes in motion across the line of scrimmage. A straight dive with Lincoln. Lincoln breaks away from initial tackler. Inside the 15, down to the 10 is where they smother him there. And the Free State offense rolling right now and looking poised to tie this game.
Is it my imagination, or is that formation when Lincoln gets most of his yards out of that 2-back set?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just enough to keep the defense honest on the outside, and Lincoln he finds all of his success in between the tackles. And before the snap at the 10-yard line, timeout called by Olathe North. So the Eagles take a timeout here with the defense kind of on their back heels and Free State looking like they're about ready to tie this game up. First and goal at the 10-yard line for Lawrence Free State.
Those turnovers can just swing momentum so quickly, can't they?
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, and you think about it. Even though Olathe North recovered their own fumble, there obviously it basically was a turnover because on fourth down you don't get the first. So it essentially was a turnover. During this break in the action, we'd like to remind you that the broadcast booth tonight is brought to you by Kurt Gieser State Farm in Lawrence. Like a good neighbor, Kurt Gieser State Farm team is there to serve all your insurance needs. Give Kurt and his team a call today at Kurt Gieser State Farm in Lawrence. First and goal from the 10-yard line for Lawrence Free State coming out of this timeout. The Firebirds moving from left to right. And looking to tie this game up. And here they come again in that two-back set. Lincoln is to the left of Edison. Here comes Hamilton again in motion. Same action for the Firebirds. This time Edison just keeps it, and he ducks his head and tries to burrow forward. Olathe North trying to punch the ball away from Edison, but he hangs on to it as he got stacked up after a gain of maybe a yard or two on the play. 3:45 remaining in this third quarter. Now Lincoln flips over to the right of Edison. He surveys the defense. 4 down linemen for Olathe North. That's a change from what we saw in the first half. Waist-high snap. Edison straight quarterback run off right tackle. Looking for the edge. And he muscles his way out of bounds near the 5. And now, Craig, the question becomes if you're Free State and you can't find the end zone on this third and goal play, you have 3:25 remaining in this third quarter. Would you dare consider just taking the points here? If you can't score on third and goal from the just outside the 5. They shift 2 linemen to that left side, and here comes Edison running off the left side, looking for the end zone. He stayed on his feet, and he falls back first into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence Free State. Edison, he can score running forward or running backwards like that as he falls onto his behind into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, I guess I don't have to answer the question that you posed earlier, which you go for it on fourth. Actually, I was sitting here thinking that I'm inclined to go for it on a fourth down here in this situation, but moot point now.
Yeah,
21-20 and the extra point coming up.
Extra point to tie this game. It is good. 21-21. We are tied up with 3:21 remaining in this third quarter. And, Craig, it doesn't matter if you're running forwards, if you're falling backwards, if you get the ball across the plane, it all counts the same.
Well, it's been turnovers is the story of the game, right?
Yeah.
2 turnovers by Free State led to 2 touchdowns by Olathe North, and now the block punt. The blocked Olathe North punt leads to a touchdown, and then what is essentially a turnover, the bad snap on fourth, and that leads to another Free State touchdown. And so here we are, 21-21. So what's that all mean? These are 2 evenly matched teams.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
Could be.
I mean, they're both 6-1 entering tonight's game, and both really, really strong teams. But Free State with a great response, down 14.
Yeah.
Had a chance to be down 21.
Yeah.
They catch a break. And then they turn it back over, but they don't stop fighting. And now here they are at a tie ball game with 3:21 remaining in this third quarter. Ichkandrini, the kicker, will boot this ball away from left to right. It's an end-over-end kick high into the night sky that pushes the receiver back to the 2-yard line. Here they come out across the 15 to the 20. This is Bruce, and he's tackled at about the 23-yard line after a decent return. And that is where Olathe North will take over after getting stopped on a fourth down, but they really stopped themselves, as you alluded to, Craig, with the bad snap.
Well, you alluded to a decent return here, but really I thought, and it was, but decent coverage, good coverage by Free State as they didn't allow Bruce to get outside, on the edge there and kept it kind of funneled in the middle. Nice kick actually coming down on the this near third of the field, kind of limiting Bruce's options as a return man.
They mark the ball at the 24-yard line, and here comes the Olathe North offense once again. They get into the hands of Bruce again, but this time the Firebirds smother him in the backfield. Braden Byrne with a big play there, number 22 in black.
Man, just coming off that block, beating the block to make the tackle. That play has been so successful for North tonight. And then Byrne coming off that block and making the tackle. Big play.
Olathe North was probably thinking they could just go back to old reliable to get some decent yards to start the drive, and instead they get backed up on a negative play. 2nd and 12. Here comes Garver running towards this near side, and the Firebirds are there again to swarm him, and they lose more yards.
Wow.
Push them back even further. And the Free State defense is fired up. Tyler Jeffries, number 35, was there. Multiple defenders were there for Free State. And 2 consecutive negative plays for this Olathe North offense that has not had very many negative plays all night.
We have not seen back-to-back plays from the defense like that tonight until just now.
Now 3rd and 14. Garver rolls out to his right, looking downfield, throws an out route. It's complete at the 25, but they need a lot more. It's Bruce, and there's enough Firebirds there. They swarm him and get him down.
Man.
A short gain on the play. That's not nearly enough for the first down, and you would think Olathe North will need to punt this ball away. It's 4th and 7 at the 28-yard line, or 27-yard line. And Garver is lined up as if to pooch punt again. Oh, did they jump or flags come out? There was movement on the left side on the right side of the offensive line. I think it was Olathe North that false started. That'll back up.
That's a procedure call.
Yep, the Eagles even more. Backs them up even further. Well, let's see if they can execute a pooch punt a little bit better than they did the first time. Garver. High snap. This time he does get it away cleanly. It's a pretty good punt. Goes out of bounds in Free State territory at about the 42-yard line maybe. The official is still walking out to the 45 is where they'll spot it.
I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
How do they determine
the unscientific science?
The flight of the ball.
Yeah.
And when it crosses.
I mean, it's a dark ball. It's a dark sky.
When it
you have no idea where that ball's going.
As the sideline extends up into the air.
Yes, and it's an invisible wall that goes up into the air that the official has to somehow determine exactly where that ball went out of bounds. This time, if it does favor Free State, though, they got some extra yards out of it, I think, out to the 45. Firebirds back in action here on offense, moving from left to right. Here's Edison just picking his way, but can't find anything. As this time the Olathe North defense smothers him at about the 44-yard line of Free State. So they actually lost the yard on the play. The Firebirds took the lead at 7-6 back in the first quarter, but they haven't led since. It's tied right now at 21, down to 1:10 remaining in this third quarter. At their own 44, going from left to right. 4 receivers. Chest high snap for Edison. Surveys the defense. Fires one. Into a tight window, and it got tipped. And then a late flag. Edison went down behind the play, and you wonder if this might be roughing the passer. Edison got hit late, it looked like.
That's all it could be.
The flag came out late. And this could be a significant call. And they are going to call a roughing the passer on Edison after the pass got tipped, and then Edison took a big shot after the play. So with 58 seconds left, that penalty pushes Free State all the way into Olathe North territory at the Olathe North 41-yard line. Deadlocked at 21. Free State on the move, though. Here's a straight quarterback run for Edison. Jukes away from one defender, and again has the tenacity to fall forward for a couple of yards. And that's something you almost can't teach, Craig, when you have a player like that can just always find a way to be using that momentum forward on a play like that.
Well, and that's what you coach. I mean, you're right. That's kind of an instinctive thing, but at the same time, you coach that in all of your running backs and your running quarterbacks. Always fall forward. Always try to find a way to be falling forward when you get tackled.
Down to 20 seconds left in this third quarter. Edison hands it to Grant Lincoln, who he tried to drag a defender forward, but not much there, as the Eagles tackle him for a short gain. And Lincoln's slow to get up. He does get back on his feet. And it kind of limping off the field a little bit for Lincoln. He'll come off, and that will end the third quarter. Third quarter comes to a close. Deadlocked at 21, but the Firebirds are driving as we head to the fourth. We'll take a timeout. Fourth quarter action coming up next. You're listening to Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull and watching on KLWN.com.
It's nerve-wracking when your child starts driving. After all, you always hear about those high accident numbers for teens. You want to put your focus into making sure your child is safe and okay. And the last thing you want to deal with is a pesky insurance claim. The law office of Sally Kelsey in Lawrence will put you at ease. Sally Kelsey offers free consultations and has helped people with accidents for over 30 years. Let her help you navigate your claim and seek a fair settlement. That's Sally Kelsey, Kelsey.
It's about to get cold, and when that happens, you want to be winter ready. Now's the time to call All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating to have your furnace checked. Whether it just needs simple maintenance or a new furnace, let All Seasons highly trained technicians get your furnace running at peak performance. You deserve a company you can trust. Call the best All Seasons Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing at 888-8-AIRMAN, serving Lawrence, Ottawa, Baldwin City, and the surrounding areas.
92.9 The Bull.
School here. I'm Nick Springer, alongside my broadcast partner Craig Hershiser, and buckle up for what should be a thrilling fourth quarter. Two 6-1 teams, Lawrence Free State and Olathe North, on the last game of the season here. Friday Night Lights tied at 21 as we start this fourth quarter. Third down and 6 for Free State to start this fourth quarter. We're at the Olathe North 37-yard line. Edison keeps it on a quarterback run, and he goes nowhere. They actually might have lost the yard on the play, and now if you're Free State, and Edison, frustrated with himself, kind of clapped his hands together. 4th and 7, and the Firebirds lining up as if to go for this. And, now they're going to split the punt team on.
All the motion of that play was going to the right. Edison countered coming back to the left, but really North with a good job with the line of scrimmage to actually penetrate into the backfield and shut that whole play down.
Play clock down to 6. This Candrini lines up to punt this ball, standing at the 48-yard line. It's a pretty good snap, and not a great punt. Candrini popped it straight up into the air. Oh, it takes a friendly bounce for Free State. It was not a great punt. The hang time was fantastic, but just didn't get a lot of depth on that punt.
Almost straight up.
Yeah.
But yeah, good bounce. Fortunate bounce for Free State.
I think more a lucky bounce than good bounce.
Yeah, so
they end up netting about, 17, 16 yards on that punt. So
looks like we're spotting the ball on the
21. Yeah. 21-yard line, so about a 16-yard punt net for Free State.
So 79 yards for Olathe North to go. And we would have liked it maybe if that ball would rolled dead inside the 10, but Firebirds did a great stand defensively just a series ago. And
first down and 10, and here's Viano again. He grabs a hold of the jersey of Garver and slings him to the turf. Man. Big loss. Big loss of 5 yards there, as Sarver just had nowhere to go.
Viano
he's been incredible tonight.
He has invited Sarver to a number of meetings in the backfield, and, and Sarver has joined him.
Here's a pass over the middle on a slant route. It's complete, and Bruce dragging defenders all the way out. Aiden Bruce across the 25 to the 30, and he's got enough for the first down. And we saw that again, Craig, where Free State had a big play on a 1st and 10, backed him up in a 2nd and long, and Olathe North got the first down.
Well, Sarver undoubted by that tackle for loss, and he just comes out firing.
Here's a handoff to Porter, trying to pick his way through the defense, and he does find a little lane and squeaks through across the 35 near the 40. I think they get him all the way to the 40. 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line. 10 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. High snap to Sarver, and now a timeout called by Free State. Yeah.
Had trouble with substitutions.
Yeah, there was somebody running on and somebody running off late, and so the Firebirds take a timeout. First timeout of the half called by Free State. So both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. And in a game, obviously, that's tied in the fourth quarter, those timeouts could be worth their weight in gold late.
They are valuable.
And Free State burns one here on a 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line. So the Firebirds got the ball back in a tie game with really good field position, but unable to capitalize. And forced to punt and got a short punt, and now Olathe North back with the ball at their own 40-yard line. 9:57 remaining. Second and 3 at the 40. Three receivers and a tight end. It's a pistol formation with Sarver coming out of the timeout. A high snap. He holds it cleanly, though, and hands it off to Porter, looking to bounce to the outside on the left side. And the Firebird defense is there to meet him for no gain. 3rd down and 3. Now, Craig, we saw Olathe North on a 4th down at basically this exact spot of the field. They went for it.
Yep.
Would they go forward again in this situation would be the question. But, of course, the Firebirds have to get a stop on 3rd down first. 3rd and 3 at the 40-yard line. They go to that Wildcat formation again. Here's Porter. Hands it off to Bruce. He's got the first down and more at midfield across the 45 into Free State territory near the 40. And you give Bruce even the smallest crease, and he will just explode through it, and he does just that there for a big run. Forget about 4th down. It's 1st down and 10 now for Olathe North. And they love this Wildcat, Craig. They go back to it again here quickly. It's Porter handing it off to Bruce again at the 40. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Oh, a nice second effort there by the Firebirds to get him down at about the 37-yard line. Making the tackle there for Free State was Clayson Rupp for Free State.
Well, initial contact was 2 or 3 yards back up the field, but Bruce breaks through that for a good 4-yard gain.
Here's a straight power formation. No receivers. They got a bunch of tight ends in there. Here's that counter play again, and it's Porter again, dicing his way through the Free State defense into the secondary for a big run inside the 30.
Boy, just gashing that defensive line.
Yeah.
At times with those big runs. That is that's disheartening.
Yeah. Well, they went back to that counter play again, and it worked for them
again.
Yep. And again, they stick with Porter as the operating quarterback. Here's a quarterback power running off right tackle. Porter looking for the edge, and he runs into a bunch of players there and gets a few yards, more than a few, down to the 22-yard line. A 7-yard run by Porter. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Olathe North continuing to operate with Porter, number 1, as the acting quarterback. He's got Bruce to his right in sort of a pistol formation. There's a handoff. Looked like a false start, but no call. Bruce powers his way inside the 20 to about the 16. And, Craig, I think you saw the same thing I did.
Yeah.
It looked like the right side of that offensive line moved early on the play.
Well, I thought, the right side, and I thought Bruce did too.
Yeah. No penalties, and it does move the chains. And, again, they keep Sarver on the sideline and keep running with Porter as the acting quarterback. They've got an extra tackle on the left side, and this is a straight power formation. Here's Bruce, actually it's Porter that keeps it. Porter to the 10, to the 5, and he will score.
What a cutback. What a cutback there.
Porter cut back to his left, and he goes untouched to the end zone.
Wow.
Oh, boy. And, Craig, I think you kind of touched on it earlier in the drive, a disheartening drive, to say the least, for Free State, as that was Olathe North just running straight up the gut, counters, and right down the field they score a touchdown. 27-21 is the score. The extra point is up, and it is good. 28-21, Olathe North leads.
Yeah, when the offensive line establishes its dominance on a drive like that, it really does just attack the defense right at the heart and soul. And and this started with a big loss.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Viano with a big tackle for loss. And then, boom, Olathe North comes right back. Sarver, undaunted, makes the completion for the first down. And after that,
from then on, it was Porter.
Run. Yeah, there wasn't another pass the rest of the drive. So now Free State has to answer.
Yep, 28-21. The Firebirds trail once again. 7:27 remaining in this fourth quarter. 2 timeouts left for Free State. And during this break in the action, I'd like to remind you that our broadcast booth tonight is brought to you by Truity Credit Union. Truity Credit Union is a proud supporter of the Free State Firebirds. Get your Firebird Spirit debit card today. You swipe, we give. Visit a Truity Credit Union branch or truitycu.org/spirit card to learn more. The Firebirds fight with Truity. So the Free State offense now will have to respond here, down 28-21 with 7:27 remaining in this fourth quarter. As Olathe North will kick this ball off from left to right, with Free State trailing by 7. Number 18, Brent Skomar, will kick this ball off. End over end kick. And again, he does a great job of downing it. It bounces at the 10, picked up there by Simpson. Simpson at the 15 to about the 17. A big hit there. And, man, some impressive kicking from Olathe North.
Yeah.
I mean, Skomar's got that down. He's figured out how to down that ball.
That must be the strategy.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It doesn't appear that he has the length to get it to the goal line or into the end zone. So it's execute that kick, have it bounce somewhere around the 5 or so.
Yeah.
Checks up, so it doesn't roll into the end zone. And now you've forced the receiving team into picking up and returning it, and then the coverage comes down. Tackle the returner inside the 20.
1st and 10 for Free State at their own 18-yard line. Waist-high snap. Here's Edison. Straight quarterback run again at the 20, at the 25, to the 30. Breaks the tackle. Ball is out. Edison can't find it. It's loose. And I think Olathe North got it. 2 or 3 defenders fell on it. And yes, Olathe North recovers. Edison was breaking tackles left and right. And he lost possession of the ball at about the 35-yard line. And Olathe North recovers. Turnovers, as you said, Craig, have been the story of this game, and they rear their ugly head again here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, that is a tough one right there. I mean, they've all been tough, but this one, he had a good run going. He had a first down clearly, and the ball just comes out, and North is in great field position on the 37. Yeah, the 37-yard line.
37 of Free State is where Olathe North gets the ball back, and they're not even bothering sending Sarver back out there. It's Porter again as the quarterback, number 1. And here comes a straight quarterback run again with Porter running off left tackle. He breaks a tackle still on his feet across the 30, inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. And right now, Craig, the Firebirds just have no answers up front. This Olathe North offensive line starting to really impose their will on this game. A 9-yard run for Porter. Ball on the far hash. Chest high snap. Here he goes again. Same play. Same exact play. And Porter again gets a decent gain to about the 25-yard line. And that will move the chains.
Well, I'll go back to all the energy that they expended in the first half pursuing those passes down the line of scrimmage, okay? Now Olathe North has just finished a long drive.
Yep.
Defense is back on the field after one play, so I got to believe fatigue is a factor right now.
Yeah, straight power running from Olathe North. Sarver does come back out, number 12 in white, the quarterback, and he will line up as the quarterback in a pistol formation. Chest high snap, but again, it's a straight run. Here's Porter again, bounces it off left guard, still on his feet, inside the 20 to about the 18. And Craig, you brought up a great point there that, you just endured a long drive where really they just pounded it down the field. And then after just one play, Edison fumbles and the defense right back out there.
Yeah, they got to come right back out and try to manufacture a stop.
A lot of hands on the hips out there right now on that defense. 2nd and 4 here at the 18-yard line in the red zone for Olathe North. Here's a swing pass out to Porter. He almost dropped it, but he hangs onto it, still breaks a tackle, and gets to the 15-yard line. And with just 5:50 remaining in this fourth quarter, even a field goal here to make it a 2-possession game for Olathe North might be enough to put it away.
Boy, is Porter the Olathe North MVP tonight?
Yeah, he's been doing it all.
Wow.
Bruce obviously was so explosive to start the game, but it's been Porter, as you said.
Yeah.
Either and the Wildcat as the quarterback or just as the running back, making tons of plays. 3rd down and 1 at the 15-yard line. They didn't get the first. They hand it to Porter. Oh, did he get there? It doesn't seem like it based off the initial spot. He needed the 14. I don't believe he got it. It's going to be 4th down. So the Firebirds, they dig deep and they stop Porter, and it's 4th down. And if you're Olathe North, if you go for it here and don't get it, you breathe a ton of life into this Free State team. It looks like they're going to run this play clock down and call timeout and think about this. Under 5 minutes now remaining in the game. So decision time for the Eagles. Play clock down to 2 and 1, and they'll take a timeout. 4:41 remaining in the game. All right, Coach Craig, it's 4th and 1. If you're Olathe North, you get a first down, you can run more clock and obviously go for the touchdown. Kick a field goal, make it a two-possession game with 4:40 remaining. What's the call here?
Well, go for it. I think with all the success that Olathe North has had throughout this entire game, Free State had a dominant defensive series early in this half, but that's the first time we've seen that happen, for 4 straight downs. So, and I just think with as much success as they've had, you got to feel confident enough to get 1 yard.
Well, now you start thinking about the clock as well. I mean, if you get the first down here for Olathe North, you can run, more precious time off this clock.
Well, yeah, you can end the game with the ball in your hands and not score and win.
4th and 1 as they talk it over. I'd like to remind you during this break in the action that the broadcast booth tonight brought to you by Kurt Gieser State Farm in Lawrence. Like a good neighbor, Kurt Gieser State Farm team is there to serve all your insurance needs. Give Kurt and his team a call today at Kurt Gieser State Farm in Lawrence.
Now, if they go for it and don't get it and Free State comes down and scores, obviously I'm wrong.
4th and 1 at the 15-yard line, and they are going to go for it, as it would appear. Porter in the shotgun. He'll be the running back / quarterback. Here they go with that same counter play again. Free State was ready for it this time, but they still can't stop it. Porter moves the chains. The Firebirds did their best there to stop that counter, but unable to. It's a first down.
4th and 1, and they go for it with the smallest player on the field. But
it works.
It works. I mean, that just shows you the kind of confidence they
Greg,
have.
to Free State's credit, I mean, that was their best job all night of defending that counter.
That particular play, yes.
Yeah, but it didn't matter. They only needed a yard, and they got 2 on the play.
So when you have a 4th and 1, you're trying to stop the other team, you got to make a penetration into the backfield. And Free State maintained a line of scrimmage, but they did not get into the Olathe North backfield.
Here's Porter again. Oh, and a nice tackle there in the backfield. That was Noah Rupp, I believe, number 40, making the tackle there for Free State. No gain on the play. But again, now the clock has become the enemy of Free State here, under 4 minutes.
Yep.
Firebirds have just 2 timeouts remaining. And now you can see Olathe North, they are in no rush. Understanding the situation. Play clock down to 10. And we haven't really touched on it too much, but Olathe North, obviously, with that tempo, has been running it a lot tonight. Here's a little swing pass. It's caught by Porter. It's a foot race to the near pylon. Porter gets inside of it, and he scores. Touchdown, Olathe North. T.J. Porter on the swing pass, and it was a foot race to the near pylon. Porter wins it, and it's 34-21. Olathe North leads.
Well, he's been the best player on the field tonight. He's produced so much for Olathe North. Critical runs off that counter play. Really done a great job there, but we have to also we got to talk about that offensive line and what a good job they've done.
The extra point is up and good. 35-21. Olathe North leads. 3:24 left in the game. Still some time for Free State, but remember the Firebirds only have 2 timeouts, so you're thinking you probably need to score in about 45 seconds or less here, without using any timeouts, to ensure that you still have a chance to let Olathe North run time off the clock when they get the ball back. This is obviously not the most ideal situation for the Firebirds. And again, turnovers have really defined this game.
That last fumble, such a bitter pill to swallow. Free State did a great job of overcoming their turnovers in the first half.
Yep.
Keeping it to a 1-score game by halftime and then coming back out and tying it. But, man, that was tough. That was really hard to take.
35-21, Olathe North leads. They'll be kicking this ball off from left to right. 3:24 remaining in the game, and only 2 timeouts for the Firebirds. So, again, you figure with only 2 timeouts, you got to find a way to score here within about a minute or so, probably max.
Now, do I have this right? Olathe North scored on their opening possession.
Yep.
But every other score has come off of a turnover.
I believe so. They got the 2 interceptions that they scored off of, and then in the second half, they had that fumble that they just scored off of. And no, I think they did score once off of a punt by Free State.
Okay.
One of their first touchdown of this half was off of a punt, I believe.
Okay. So 21 of their 35 points.
Yes. Directly off turnovers.
Directly off of turnovers.
The 2 interceptions and then the fumble there by Edison on the last drive. After the return, Free State has the ball at their own 21-yard line with 3:19 remaining in the game. Ball at the near hash. Edison surveys the defense. Waist high snap, looking to pass. Plenty of time in the pocket. Missiles one over the middle, incomplete. Looking for his intended receiver, number 13, Braden Blanchard. And that stops the clock with 3:15 remaining in the game, but no yards obviously on the play for Free State. Ball in the near hash. Free State a long way to go. Even think about scoring here. Here's a quarterback draw. Edison takes off, shakes off a tackler, breaks another tackle, still on his feet, down at the 29-yard line is where finally 2 or 3 Olathe North defenders wrestle him to the turf. There's a flag down back behind the play. And this might be coming back on a hold against Free State.
It's right on the 20-yard line, and yeah, Firebirds are walking back. So what we initially suspect is a hold, and I think the body language of the Firebirds pretty much confirms that.
The official is marking it off. 2nd down and 20 now for Free State. Bad time to be going backwards. Back to their own 11. 3:09 remaining in this fourth quarter. Free State trails by 14. Edison in the shotgun, standing at his own 6. Chest high snap, 3-step drop. Plenty of time in the pocket again. Steps up, surveying his options. Now he wants to run with it, and he gets tackled from behind as he crossed the 15 to about the 16. He had 5 yards on the play, but 5 yards ain't going to cut it at this stage of the game. Free State's got to move with some tempo here. I think a lot of credit needs to be given to this Free State offensive line too, Craig, for the pass protection they've given Edison.
Yes.
He's had a lot of time to throw in the pocket. 2:40 remaining in the game. Waist high snap for Edison. 3-step drop again. Again, plenty of time. Surveying his option. Now he rolls out to his left. Now spins back to his right. Fires one up for grabs, and he just threw it away into the bench of Olathe North on the far side. And Edison looked like he was chasing his tail back there in the pocket, running left, then right, then pivoting back to the right again. Now it's 4th and 15 for Free State at their own 16-yard line. And this may be the last gasp for the Firebirds. Down by 14 with 2:29 remaining in the game, and Kevin Stewart will call timeout here. Now, on one hand, you think those timeouts are precious at this stage of the game, but on the other, you think if you don't get this 4th down, the game's over anyways. So go ahead and spend a timeout here to make sure you've got the right play that you want to run.
Yeah, whatever you're doing here, you got to make sure that everybody is on board, with the play, with their assignment, with their snap count. 4th and 15 4th and 15. So there's not a lot of 4th and 15 plays from your own 16-yard line that
that you can just draw up at any time.
Yeah.
.229 remaining. 4th down and 15. Senior night here at Free State High. This is a Firebird team that's going to be certainly in the playoffs and be a high seed in the playoffs at that, but after losing last week against Lawrence High, you would have loved to get back on the winning track before you head into the playoffs. But that feels like just a dream now. Just high snap for Edison on 4th and 15. Steps from the pocket. He's going to try to run forward again. Edison at the 20 to the 25, and he needs a 30, and he got there. Pure willpower, and he's still going, still dragging defenders across the 40.
Wow.
How about that run from Wesley Edison? That is the run of a player who will not be denied.
Boy, that's just not a run for a first down, but that's the substantial yardage after the first down. They're taking over on the 42.
That was a statement run from Edison. Clock still running. Edison looks to pass again. Looks downfield, taking his time. Still plenty of time in the pocket. Now time running down. Edison under pressure. Tries to stay on his feet, and he will go down. Edison sacked on the play with 2 minutes remaining, all the way back at the Free State 31. Free State has just one timeout left, and they're trying to hold on to it. Clock running down to 1:50 now. Ball in the middle of the field, all the way back to the 32-yard line as Edison tries to get this lined up. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. He's got Weischer to his right. Chest high snap. Edison again looking downfield. Throws it short. It's caught by Stromberg at the 35. Loops back around. Tripped up at the 36. And the clock continues to bleed. Under 90 seconds now. No time to waste for the Firebirds. 3rd down and very long. But that doesn't matter at this point. You just got to get the ball upfield. Edison, again, looking to pass. Just a 3-man rush. Here comes a 4th. He throws it over the middle. The pass caught by Hamilton at the Olathe North 41-yard line. A big gain for Hamilton as he went down and scooped it up. 1:10 remaining in this 4th quarter. Free State down by 14, but the Firebirds, they are not giving up. Out to the 42 of Olathe North, moving from right to left. Here's Edison again, standing at midfield, plenty of time in the pocket, looking deep downfield, throws one high in the air, incomplete. Looking for Hamilton towards that far pylon. The incompletion stops the clock with 59 seconds left.
Well, that's a long incompletion, and with the time it takes to get the ball back and reset, there's plenty of opportunity for communication from the sideline. We'll see what they've got dialed up here with 59 seconds left to go.
Trips towards the far side. Here's Edison looking that way. Now looks back to his left, steps in the pocket. He's going to try to scramble, and again, the just pure willpower of Edison dragging defenders. It takes 4 or 5 or 6 Olathe North Eagles to drive him back. And Free State is forced to burn their final timeout as Edison tried to scramble there. And Edison walking that play off, man, I can't say enough about the effort that Edison has given, but you can tell it's starting to wear on him.
Yeah, he's a little gimpy right there. Gimpy and tired from the looks of it. But,
yeah.
Everybody in a Firebird uniform's just got to overcome that for 47 more seconds of game time. Get the ball into the end zone. Give yourself a chance maybe with an onside kick.
Yeah, so at this point, obviously, with Free State burning their last timeout, you have to score here, and then the onside is the only chance.
Yeah, you're looking at maybe a score from this point on this part of the field, or some kind of sideline route where you can catch and get out of bounds right away.
Last timeout called by Free State, 35-21, the Firebirds trail. They got to find a way to make up 14 points in just 47 seconds. 4 receivers. Edison in the shotgun with Lincoln to his right. 4 down linemen for Olathe North. Chest high snap for Edison. Looking downfield. Plenty of time. Rolls out to his right. Still keeps his eyes downfield. Throws it up. It's deflected and intercepted at the 20-yard line. Intercepted by Olathe North on the return down the far side, and they go out of bounds. And that should seal it. Edison threw it up for grabs. It was off the hands of the intended receiver, I believe Leipold, and intercepted by Olathe North. And the Firebirds, they left it all on the field tonight. But with that interception, Olathe North is going to come away with a win here tonight.
Yeah, that settles it right there. That is a rough night in the turnover category for Free State. That is
5 turnovers.
5 turnovers.
Yeah. Victor formation for Olathe North. They take a knee, and that is it. A hard-fought back-and-forth game. Free State fought valiantly for all 48 minutes, but in the end, not enough for Free State. 35-21, Olathe North gets the win over Free State on senior night. And, man, I can't believe the effort we saw from Wesley Edison tonight, Craig. He left it all out there, did everything he could, as the rest of this team did as well. And the Firebirds, sure, they have now lost consecutive games going into the playoffs, but I think they still have to feel pretty good about where they're at right now.
Well, they've lost 2 straight games to 2 good teams.
Yeah.
So we've got to keep that in mind. Obviously, there's a lot of what ifs after this one with 5 turnovers. I mean, that's an unusual amount of turnovers even for a high school football game, and definitely for a high school football team the caliber of Free State. So, but that's not the kind of thing that you can dwell on. Obviously, you're going to have your film study and review the game, and then you got to put this one away and get ready for next week straight away as soon as you can figure out who your opponent's going to be.
Boy, a hard-fought game, and Free State comes up short 35-21, and you think about the emotions of this game, Craig, the highs and lows that we saw throughout the course of this game, and
yeah,
you're absolutely right. You got to find a way if you're Free State to wipe that clean heading into the playoffs. And what a game here tonight. Free State, I think, could certainly hold their heads high after the way they defended their home turf, but Olathe North gets the win. So Olathe North now 7-1 on the year. And Lawrence Free State drops to 6-2 on the year. And again, as we discussed in the pregame, for Lawrence Free State, more than likely the lowest seed they could really be at this point would be a 5 seed, probably going to be a 4, maybe a 3 seed, just depending on how things shake out around the state. But you know for a fact that Free State's more than likely going to be right back on this field again next Friday with a chance to advance in the state playoffs. And as you said, they'll just have to wait and find out who their opponent is to play next Friday night.
And it's an entirely new mindset once you get into this part of the season, because everybody knows it's win or check all your equipment in.
Yeah.
So, what's happened, the practice habits and the execution and the things that you have built throughout the season, of course, those all matter quite a bit because you've tried to establish that kind of a winning attitude, winning culture, for this season. But now it's you're going to go play somebody that from a different part of the state, somebody that's not within your realm of common opponents, and so it's an entirely different challenge whatsoever. And a lot of it comes back to, I think, the internal leadership on the team and what your seniors are like, and what your primary players are like, and how you can depend on them to get the rest of your team heading in the right direction. So it's just I wouldn't say it's a clean start, but in a way it is kind of.
Our postgame show was brought to you by Mama's Tamale Shop, authentically made empanada, street tacos, and more at Mama's Tamale Shop. Check them out on 602 West 9th Street in Lawrence. And be sure to check out High School Sports Weekly every Thursday night as well at Mama's Tamale Shop from 6 to 7. Yeah, I think that's very well said, Craig. It's different. It's almost hard to explain how or why it's different, but it just is when you get to the playoffs,
yeah.
right? And the emotion, the highs and lows of the game. And, coming off a loss like this for Free State, you're right. It's going to be about digesting this, but then setting it aside and going out and understanding that you still have everything in front of you to go out in the postseason and really etch your names into the history books potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you can kind of just learn your lessons from this, flush this game, have a good week of practice, come out and win the next week, then, okay, you forget about what's happened tonight and what happened the previous week, because you are effectively 1-0.
Yeah.
And that's your goal. Next week, your goal is to be 1-0.
Yep, and we heard in the pregame as well that's been Kevin Stewart's mantra all season long. Just be 1-0, 1-0 every day, 1-0 every week.
Yep.
And Free State will have a chance to certainly do that next week in the playoffs, and we will also have that game for you, certainly broadcasting. Myself and Craig will be here for the playoffs as well, bringing you all Free State coverage throughout their playoff run, however far they may go, potentially all the way to the state title. We'll see. 35-21 is the final score here tonight. Olathe North gets the win over Lawrence Free State, but I think you and I both agree, Craig, 2 really, really good football teams and a really, really good game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you can sum it up in one sentence, I guess you'd say, turnovers were the difference tonight.
Yep. Sometimes it seems so obvious that turnovers can affect the game, but we saw it firsthand here tonight as that really was the difference maker. 35-21 the final score. Olathe North gets the win over Lawrence Free State. As I said, we're going to bring you playoff coverage of Lawrence Free State once we determine who and where they're going to play. We expect them to be playing back here at Free State High next Friday, but the opponent is TBD. So be sure to check out KLWN and 93 on the Bull for more updates on when and how to tune in, listen, and potentially watch Lawrence Free State in the playoffs against whoever their opponent may be. But until then, for my producer, David Ward, for my broadcast partner, Craig Hershiser, I'm Nick Springer signing off for the final time here tonight from Lawrence Free State High School. 35-21, Olathe North gets the win over Lawrence Free State. We'll be back next Friday with playoff coverage of Free State. Until then, hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the Friday evening and enjoys a nice weekend here in Lawrence. I'm Nick Springer. Thank you for listening. You've been listening to Lawrence Free State Football on 92.9 The Bull.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Ask CEK Insurance in Lawrence if Auto Owners make sense for you.
KMXN Osage City, Lawrence, Topeka, 20 country hits in a row. Then and now, 92.9 The Bull.